Ah, there we go. Radhe Radhe. Sorry about that. We just didn't have any data for some reason out here. Anyway, we're in Bandirvan. Look at that, beautiful peacocks. So beautiful here. All right, and here, hopefully the internet will last. I don't understand what happened. Look it.
Radhe Radhe. Dekho. Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, dear Vaishnavas, it was an issue with
Connection.
We don't know.
It might be due to this big tree here.
This big banyan tree might be stopping us from getting internet.
This big banyan tree is so big that back in the day when Krishna was here, the branches extended across the Yamuna. And Krishna and the cowherd boys and the calves, they would play and cross Jamuna back and forth. Jamuna was flowing much closer to here. And so many beautiful and sweet pastimes took place in this place. Where are we?
Where are we?
This is known as Bandirvan.
Bandirvan. And there are so many peacocks, actually. When we were driving up, see there's one there. When we were driving up, in the field, there were so many cows and peacocks.
In the trees also.
Yeah, they're in the trees. They're everywhere. And there's parrots. Don't know if you can see up there. Beautiful parrots. Just up in the trees. It's just like Krishna book, except there's... Oh,
and little squirrels over here.
Jiva Pavana Prabhu said we're gone to come back, but...
No, that was from a
We're
long
back.
time ago, right?
All right, I'm going to try to enter under the banyan tree so that I can take you all here. So, we've been here many times with our beloved Srila Gurudev. And I remember doing parikrama around the tree, trying to be close to him as we were circumambulating. And now they have it all really beautiful with beautiful paintings everywhere. Look. These paintings, yeah?
Look up there.
Oh.
There's honey flowing from the trees.
There's
here.
honey coming from the trees.
This is not a joke. This has all been explained in Krishna book. There are big beehives. Can you see it? You have to go up higher.
Let's see.
There's 3, 4.
Oh, I can't. Where are they all?
There's one right there.
Yeah, I can't actually get it.
Pull it back further.
No, it's right.
It's too dark.
It's too dark to see it.
Oh.
Sorry, everyone.
Did you hear that?
Okay, so now we're gonna go and show you right here this beautiful painting of Radhika and Krishna wrestling. That's not how I heard the pastime to look like this, but then again, we see through the ears, through the Harikatha of our gurus and our Guru Varg.
Wow, they've made this place
Look at this.
So beautiful.
Actually, Shamarani designed this. She did it and they etched it in marble. But now they have deities there.
Wait, let me just show you a little bit more close up. There's a speciality of this. I don't know if you remember when they first built this, the new temple underneath the banyan tree, where Radha and Krishna are exchanging garlands. She had done an outline sketch. Guess who she used as her model for the outline sketch?
Radha Vinod Bihari.
Yes, our Thakurji. So every time we would come here, we would feel so...
We'd be like, this is our Thakurji's
yes.
place. And then over here, I don't know if I'm allowed to go on the grass, but they have all kinds of beautiful paintings. Krishna killing demons and so beautiful. All right, so we're going to bring...
You can go.
You can? All right, if I get yelled at, we'll blame Anup Krishna Prabhu. I'll just go, Anup said! There are peacock feathers like everywhere here. And the grass, look at it, it's so lush and soft. It's like a beautiful carpet. All right, so there remember Kishori Mohan Prabhu was saying how it, Bojan Stali, how they would give chili pakoras and whatnot. So this is also another place where the cowherd boys would come and have their lunches. Gurudev explained that here is actually where Mother Yashoda would generally send all kinds of beautiful, beautiful preparations for lunch for Krishna and the Sakhas. And look, Krishna's putting on her kajal with a peacock feather. And then we have this. This is quite a famous picture. This one here. Krishna decorating Srimati Radhika. Then the beautiful flute player. I wonder, can you see enough? I don't know.
You have to zoom in, otherwise
There we go.
the background light is too much.
Yeah. And then over here, which will tell you about, oh,
That was a peacock.
there was a
jumping out of
flying
tree.
peacock.
Flying.
Jumping. So here we'll tell you about this in a moment.
And that.
And we'll tell you about this in a moment. I'm sure everybody knows this. It looks like they got the Krishna book out and then just copied all the pictures. There's peacocks. I don't know. I'm going to try and show you in this tree. Everyone look up.
Can you see?
There are peacocks just moving around up there. Do you see them?
Two big ones.
There's two big peacocks just hanging out in the tree. Just like we've heard. It's real. And then over here, Palambasura. Isn't it exactly like the Krishna book? Just like those paintings. And then over there is Krishna with the cows. All right, now we're going to bring you to that beautiful banyan tree. So Kishori Mohan Prabhu was explaining about the banyan trees just a moment before.
Should I reiterate?
I think so.
Because more devotees have come?
Yeah.
Okay. So Srila Gurudev ki
Jai.
jai, Srila Prabhupada
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Rupanuga Guru Varga
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Patit Pavane Shri Nityananda Prabhu
Ki
ki jai,
jai.
Prem Purushottam Shachinandana Gaur Hari
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Radha Vino Bihari Ju
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Radha Ramana Ju ki jai,
Jai.
Giriraj Maharaj
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Harinama Sankirtana
Ki
ki jai,
jai.
Hare Krishna Mahamantra
Ki
ki jai,
jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Ki
ki
jai.
jai, Shri Gaura Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
So as I was explaining before, Srila Gurudev tells, and our Shastras tell, that these banyan trees were so large that their branches extended beyond or over Jamuna, and there were actually bridges made from them. So some of you may have seen, maybe in the post of Sudevi's or the one I posted today, pictures of banyan tree bridges. Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends and the gopis and the calves, they would all cross over Jamuna on these banyan tree bridges. And I had always heard about them, but never really knew about it until I saw a picture online. It was quite amazing to witness. So again and again we hear about it in Gopal Champu, what our Srila Gurudev said. He said before Yamuna used to flow very close to here. And from here, the banyan trees were so big that their branches would reach across. And so many beautiful and sweet pastimes with Krishna and the cowherd boys and the gopis and the calves would take place as they would cross these banyan tree bridges. So just in this location, in this area right here, so many sweet pastimes would take place. Krishna and all of his cowherd boyfriends would take their lunch here. Srila Gurudev explained that they would sit by the thousands, hundreds of thousands in big lines. You know, like when Parikrama comes and we've got 10,000 people or 20,000 in Navadvip Parikrama and thousands of people sitting in lines. So Gurudev said lines were going in all different directions. And through any means, it's not like all of the boys just brought their own lunches always. Sometimes the mothers would send out their servants or anyhow to bring the lunches to the boys. And something Sudevi shared with me just before coming out. Of course, we know that the mothers all have Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. So even through their cooking, even though they're sending it to their sons naturally share it with Krishna, and it's their mother's hopes that Krishna will taste the nectar of their hearts. But in the same way, as I told yesterday, how they were churning yogurt to make butter, and then Krishna would be helpless. He would need to steal that butter. But who else is providing for that butter? See, they're churning yogurt, but where does the yogurt come from? It comes from milk, and it's coming from the cows. The cows also have Vatsalya Prem for Krishna. So feeling that Vatsalya Prem for Krishna, they're so eager to give their milk because they know that their milk will eventually make it to Krishna. And guaranteed, so many of the preparations which are made, which are given for the cowherd boys to eat and also to share with Krishna, are made with ghee and yogurt and all kinds of
love and
preparations
affection
made from milk. But really the milk is the essence of the Vatsalya Prem, the love and affection of the cows for Krishna. So all love and affection is finding its way like a river meandering its way through any mountains to find its way to Krishna. That is the nature, and Krishna is the supreme, all attractive personality. So everyone's love and affection is somehow or other directly or indirectly making its way to Krishna. Those cowherd boys are feeding Krishna, he's feeding them. So many beautiful pastimes take place here. Lunch pastimes. As Sudevi said, sometimes they're telling Krishna, close your eyes and open your mouth. These pastimes happen in so many different locations throughout Vrindavan. It's not that it's just that one and that's the way it is every time.
They can't eat anywhere else.
Yes, they have lunch in so many different locations. There's so many unlimited pastimes. Namo Ananta Lila. Ananta means unlimited pastimes. Namo Nanta Lilaya Devaya Tubhyam. That's the last verse, the last line of Damodarāṣṭakam. Harinama Tuva Aneka Swarupa. O Krishna, your holy names, which are non-different from you, they have unlimited forms. And Krishna's cowherd boys also have unlimited forms. There's so many thousands and millions of cowherd boys. And each one of them, as they're taking lunch, they feel that I am sitting directly with Krishna. Even if they're at the very back on the last. You know, when we sit in lines for prasadam, and they're serving the rasgullas and the samosas and the burfis in the first line,
we
and we're
feel
like,
it.
oh, we're not going to get anything. It's not like that there. Every single one of them feels Krishna loves me the most. He's my dearmost friend. And they see that he is sitting with them and they're reciprocating with him directly. So there's no loss, there's no lacking, there's no feeling that, oh, I'm the last one and I'm never going to get to see Krishna. In this case, beautiful, sweet pastimes are happening here. And so Sudevi showed you also a wrestling pastime. She showed you fire-breathing pastimes.
Let's go and do some darshan of the tree and the mandir, parikrama, and then we'll talk more.
I just wanted to tell you that this place has very strong impressions of Srila Gurudev for us here.
Yes.
It's the first place I remember him. He was sitting on the platform, which was much
round.
smaller at the time. It was round.
Yes.
And he was begging the devotees, please give something so that we can renovate this place and keep it as a respected place, a nice place that people will come for all time and be able to relish hearing these pastimes of Krishna. We don't want these places to be lost. And so I remember all of the devotees just pulled out whatever they had.
All the brahmacharis, all the brahmacharis had their cloths out and were just trying to collect. And everyone was rushing to just try to give donations as much as we could.
Maybe 10 brahmacharis running around with their cloths, and we were just pouring, all the devotees were pouring thousands of rupees. And Srila Gurudev wanted to plant trees, he wanted to make it beautiful, and you see now how his desire has become fulfilled. Whether or not he did it directly, or just because of his desire, it did happen. And I'm so
thrilled to see
to see how they've made it so sweet, so gentle, so beautiful, with all of these beautiful depictions of Krishna's pastimes everywhere. So Srila Gurudev was sitting here under this tree telling us so much Harikatha, and then after this he walked with us. Actually, we went to Venukup just around the corner, and he walked with us over to the other side, Bangshibat, which we will do in just a few minutes.
We're going to do.
So we feel a very close connection to Srila Gurudev here because of his eagerness to maintain and preserve the beauty and the dignity of these pastime places in the Dham. So,
Okay. So now we'll do parikrama. Do you want to do it on the inside or outside?
outside.
Okay. Just bear with me. If it goes off, I'll run back over this
Where
way.
are the kartals?
They're in here somewhere.
Okay, I'll find them.
I'll wait till he finds the kartals. You can't see it, but there are like 4 beehives with so much honey. Let me see. Right here, straight up, you might be able to see one. Is it right there?
The money randomly there.
It's a little dark.
As I'm trying to pull the kartals out, there's rupees coming out.
Oh,
Here you go.
that's what it's like in a lady's bag, Kishori.
Jai will take birth in Vrindavan.
Jai Ho. So look at our kirtan party is here. There's Sudevi and Anup Krishna,
They are pure cow
the
seva.
pure cow
Look
sevaks.
them up on Facebook.
Okay, so let's do some kirtan.
Jai Radhe Jaya Krishna Jai Vrindavan.
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Radhe Radhe. Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan. Kalindi Jamuna Jai Jai Mahavan. Keshi Ghata Bangshibat Damodarasṭakam.
Jaha Sabo Lila Koilo Śrī Nanda.
Jaha Saba Lila Koilo Śrī Nanda.
Śrī Nanda Jashoda Jai Jai Gopagan.
Śrī Nanda Jashoda Jaya Jaya Gopagan. Śrī Dāmodara Jaya Jaya Denu Vatsagan. Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtida Sundari. Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Viranagari. Jaya Jaya Gopishar Vrindavanama. Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Bhatu Dvijaraj. Jaya Rama Ghata Jai Rohini Nandan. Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasi Jata Jan. Jaya Dvija Patni Jai Naga Kanyagan. Bhakti Teja Hara Paila Govinda Charan. Śrī Mandal Jai Jai Radha Shyam. Jaya Jaya Rasa Leela Sarva Manoram. Jai Jai Gala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sam. There's one of the bridges. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajate Prachar. Parakiya Bhave Jaha Brajate Prachar. Shri Janava Pad Padma Kori Asmaran. Dina Krishna Nama Kohis Sanks. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Jai Ho. Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai.
This tree is known as Banyan. Vat means tree, and this is a banyan tree. So at Bangshibat, there's a banyan tree.
Let me do this way so they can see it as you're
that
speaking.
Krishna was sitting in when he played the flute to call all of the gopis in the middle of the night on Sharad Purnima. And here is the Bandirvat. And very soon we will go to another Bangshibat. These banyan trees are everywhere, and they're prime for Krishna to perform his pastimes. Really, they had so many branches, and those branches would make new roots, and they would expand out.
Well, you can see all these roots coming down from the trees and taking into the ground, even here. Those aren't poles holding anything up. Those are the roots.
Before they were undisturbed, some of these banyan trees would grow very, very large and keep going out and making new roots. So they would go for acres even. They would continue to grow like that, and they were very beautiful secret kunjas for Krishna and the gopis to play in, and also beautiful pastime places for Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends to be in. So banyan trees were central to a lot of Krishna's pastimes, and they are considered worshipable because of that. So there are so many pastimes which took place here. I will share one, Sudevi will share one, maybe another, and we do have to go to the next locations before it gets too dark. So Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadale Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah Ajnanatimiraandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Gurudev Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Bhanugu Guru Varga Ki Jai Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai Gaur Premanande
Hari Hari Bol.
So from this place, Krishna and all of his friends, you can sit up on the bench.
Okay.
They were taking lunch and relishing so much being in one another's company, sharing all of the wonderful preparations that all of the beautiful mothers of Vrindavan had made for the pleasure of Krishna and also for their own children. And of course, their nature always was laughing and joking and carefree. They had so much love and affection for Krishna, and they didn't have a worry for anything in the world when they're playing with Krishna. Just like under Govardhan, having darshan of Krishna, everyone felt completely nourished. They felt no hunger, no thirst, no any desire for anything else, because they were there with Krishna. So the cowherd boy's nature of relationship with Krishna is always playful and very carefree. So after they had gone to the Jamuna River, the cows had drunk water, and they had had their lunch, all of the cowherd boys had had their lunch, then they let the cows just kind of roam freely, grazing on the beautiful green grasses in this area. So the cows had wandered quite far from here to another forest area known as Munjaban. It's part of Bandirvan, which is where we are. Srila Gurudev said that that forest was so dense and so thick that even elephants couldn't get through it. Imagine how thick that is. And so the cows had wandered out there, but it was the summer months, May, June. And if you have any idea how hot India can get, especially this area in May, June, it's like when you try to breathe, it's difficult to breathe.
You can make toast on the sidewalk.
Yes, you can puff your rotis on the veranda. So,
You can boil water.
yeah, maybe.
You can boil water.
It's quite hot, and definitely you can boil your feet. So, these cows had wandered off, and due to it being so hot, and due to them getting somehow entangled in this Munjaban forest, they became confused and they couldn't find their way back. And they began calling out. At that time, the cowherd boys noticed, oh, the cows are calling, but where are they? So the cowherd boys went ahead of Krishna, searching for these cows. And searching everywhere, they also went to this Munjavan. Very, very dense, thick, like thorny thickets. And they went inside, searching for the cows. And due to the intense heat, they also became confused and exhausted and couldn't find their way out. At that time, the evil demon, Kamsa, who wanted to kill Krishna, not only wanted to kill Krishna, but also wanted to demoralize Krishna, depress him in essence by getting rid of all of those who were near and dear to Krishna. So Kamsa had planned in so many ways to try to kill the associates of Krishna. He wanted to kill these cowherd boyfriends and the cows. What did he do? He had his henchmen, the evil henchmen of the evil King Kamsa, he had them light fire, set fire to that Munja forest from the outskirts. And that fire was growing very fast, being carried by the wind. It was blowing hotter and hotter, and the fire was coming in toward those cowherd boys and the cows. At that time, they all began to cry out to Krishna for help, that we are completely surrendered to you, please help us. Krishna heard those cries and came running to that place because they're his dear associates, these cows and cowherd boys. And seeing the condition that they were in, they were just weeping for Krishna. At that point, Krishna could not contain himself. We hear in the Sharanagati bhajan, Saranga Sharanagati hoibe jahar, tahar prarthana shune Śrī Nandakumar. That person who surrenders to Krishna in this mood of Sharanagati, that I am yours and you are my everything. Krishna himself cannot help but hear that, and he will come and give his mercy. So Krishna ran to that place, and seeing that they were within this fire was coming from all sides, he told them, okay, close your eyes. So they all closed their eyes, thinking, we've heard that in the astrological reading of Gargacharya that sometimes Nārāyaṇa Shakti might come through Krishna, or maybe that he's received a special mantra that, according to the scripture, he needs to chant in private. So if our eyes are open, then he won't have success with this mantra. So if we close our eyes, then when Krishna recites this mantra, he'll be able to rescue us from this situation. So they all closed their eyes. And another reason as well. Krishna wanted them to close their eyes. Why? The last time they saw him doing something interesting, what did he do? They saw him eating dirt. When they saw him eating dirt, they told on him. They told Mother Yashoda, he's eating dirt. What did she do? She said, hey, let me see inside your mouth. And he's like, mm-mm. She said, open your mouth, say ah. When he opened his mouth, she saw all of the universes. Then she saw this earth planet. Then she saw Vrindavan. Then she saw herself looking in his mouth, and she was thinking, oh my God, maybe some ghost has possessed my son. So she gave him a bath in all kinds of amazing panchagavya, means all substances from the cow. Milk, yogurt, ghee, cow dung, and cow urine. And Krishna was thinking, I don't want them to tell my mother what I'm about to do, so they must close their eyes because I don't want her to bathe me in that again. So Krishna told the cowherd boys, close your eyes. So they all closed their eyes at that moment. And what did Krishna do? He manifested some Aishwarya Shakti, but not visible to the eyes of those cowherd boys. He immediately swallowed all of that fire. And as if they had never even been there, immediately Krishna transported all of them, the cowherd boys and the calves, right here. Right where we are now. Where? They were all continuing to enjoy relishing each other's company and taking lunch and everything. I read from Srila Prabhupada today, Srila A.C. Bhaktivedānta Swami Prabhupada, in his Krishna book, as if it never happened. It was as if it never happened. They were thinking, was that a dream? And then I read from Gurudev that actually they could not even remember. It was like something. What was that? And then Srila Prabhupada made the comment that just like for us, when we're burning in this Bhava Mahādavagni, this blazing forest fire of material existence, if we cry out to Krishna in utter anguish, begging him for his mercy and surrendering ourselves to him, oh Krishna, I am yours, then he can extract us from that and bring us into his loving pastimes, by which the nectar will be so beautiful and sweet, we won't even remember anything of this material world. We won't have any attraction or attachment to it whatsoever. It'll be like, did I have a dream? I can't even remember. We'll be so absorbed in loving service to Krishna. It's a beautiful, sweet pastime that Krishna showed, which is full of so many valuable lessons as well. So we can also pray to Krishna. We do. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. All glory to this supremely powerful Shri Krishna Sankirtan. It completely extinguishes the blazing forest fire of material existence. Bhava Mahādavagni Nirvaparam. It cleanses the mirror of the heart, the mirror of the mind, allowing us to see who we are, who is our beloved Lord, and what is the nature of our relationship with Him. So we also have this capacity to call out and pray like that by calling out the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Just hold it by the side.
Oh, sorry.
So, as Gurudev would always begin, he would say, we have come to this place, and then he would say where we were. We've come to Bandirvan. This is a very extraordinary place of Srimati Radhika and Krishna's Leela, as well as Krishna's Leelas with his sakhas, his cowherd boy friends, and his cows. So, one thing that you may have noticed when I showed you darshan of the deities here is that there is Brahmaji also sitting there. And then there's a picture that we showed you where Radhika and Krishna are holding garlands and about to garland each other. So, Srila Gurudev explained that this is the place where Srimati Radhika and Krishna, under the guidance of Lord Brahma, had a Gandharva wedding. So a Gandharva wedding is more like a play wedding. It's not actually married. Just like Gurudev gave the example of when Lalita Sakhi saw Radhika and Krishna sitting together, and from behind she went and tied his dhoti to her sari. And then, who was it? Chitra Sakhi began to do all kinds of mantras for weddings, and all the Sakhis began clapping and chanting and singing wedding songs. This doesn't mean they were really married. It just means that this is like the heightened mood of this Parikya Bhav. It actually can't take place.
Parikya Bhav?
Parikya Bhav means that Krishna is my paramour. He is my beloved. He is not my husband. So here is actually a place where Brahma oversaw the garland exchange of Radha and Krishna. But our Srila Gurudev, Srila Bhaktivedānta Nārāyaṇa Gosvāmī Mahārāja, he said that this is actually a place where if people want to make any kind of offense to Radhika and Krishna for not being married, then they can have this as their proof. Okay, there's something that happened here. But we know that they are non-different from each other. They are one Atma, and they have expanded for pastime so that Krishna can relish his own Hladini potency, where she takes form, where she now can fulfill his external sort of moods of desire. We know that he is Atmaram and Aptakam, that he is completely self-satisfied and needs nothing outside of himself. And yet, for the purpose of Leela, for the purpose of enjoying with his own Shaktis, he has eternally separated from them so that he could taste and understand and experience in a way that within his own heart he can't understand. So in this place, we can say that Radha and Krishna had a Gandharva marriage. They exchanged garlands. But Gurudev would famously say, because here, a lot of the Brajabasis actually say that this is proof that Radha and Krishna are married. So it is Fakya Bhav, which means married. And Gurudev said, where was Yashoda and Nanda Baba? Where was Vrishabhanu Maharaj and Kirtida Devi? Where were they? Where were their families? Where was the yajna? And then he actually said, what did Krishna ever provide for Srimati Radhika? Did he provide her clothes? Did he give her soap? Did he do what?
Jewelry.
Give her jewelry? Was this the place? Or you...
Sorry.
So, Gurudev was saying that these are all something that a husband does for the wife. In this mood of svakya, sva means my own possessions, svakya bhav. It means this is like mine, this belongs to me. Krishna can't have that mood with Srimati Radhika. This is one of the reasons Krishna becomes really frightened when Srimati Radhika is doing man, or when Srimati Radhika says, I never want to see you again. This is why, because of this mood. He doesn't have this mood of you belong to me. So he's confused if she ever becomes upset. So we're going to jump ahead now. And this place is also a place of the pastime of Radha and Krishna's wrestling. So one day, Krishna was sitting in the tree. As you can see, there are so many beautiful, comfortable places to sit in this one tree. But we know how our Gurudev said they were all intertwined, all of the trees together. And anywhere would be a walking place or a sitting place. Even the cows would walk over the trees across Jamunaji. So we can imagine how thick they were all intertwined together. So Krishna was sitting in the tree one day after having lunch, and he was boasting to some of his sakhas. He had one hand behind his back and one leg was kind of laying down, and he was twirling his flute. And he was looking around and he started boasting to his sakhas. He said, you know, I can defeat all my sakhas in wrestling. Actually, I've defeated all of them. And they were all kind of laughing. Yeah, Krishna, you've defeated us at one time or another. And then Krishna's pride became more. He said, even Dauji, even my own brother, he's known for being so strong. But even him, I can flip him in the dust. No problem. And everyone was laughing. Madhu Mangal is laughing. Oh yes, Krishna, you're so strong. And then Krishna said, even the gopis, what to speak of having to wrestle them? If they just see my arms, they start to tremble in fear. But at that time, when Krishna was boasting like this, one young maidservant of Srimati Radhika's was coming past, and she heard this, and she began to burn. How dare he say this about my Swamini, about Srimati Radhika? So immediately she ran to Srimati Radhika's kunja and began to tell her, do you know what Krishna just said? Lalita and Vishaka became very angry. How dare he boast this, that just by looking at his arms we become controlled, we become defeated. And Srimati Radhika also was indignant. What should we do? And Lalita Sakhi said, we should challenge him to a wrestling match. Srimati Radhika said, very good. Who will wrestle him? Lalita Sakhi smiled. She said, don't worry. I've got this under control. Just go and challenge him. So they made the challenge. They sent that young maidservant back. And she said, oh, Krishna, my Swamini is challenging you to a wrestling match in her kunja near Jamuna. Krishna became so happy. He jumped down from the tree, started tying his cloth like that of a wrestler. And Gurudev said he was doing this to his arms and to his legs, getting ready to wrestle. It's kind of boasting. Look at my strength, my power. So his very, very near and dear sakhas like Śrī Dām, like Subal and Madhu Mangal, they came with him. And they went to Srimati Radhika's kunja, where Krishna saw that all the manjaris were decorating a very beautiful wrestling arena. They were making a replica like King Kamsa's in Mathura. Krishna walked into the assembly and he started to laugh. He said, oh, it's practically a foregone conclusion that I have won this wrestling match. They've made it like King Kamsa's. These less intelligent gopis don't understand that easily I could defeat all of the wrestlers in Mathura. It's a foregone conclusion that I've won. How unintelligent are they? And all the sakhas were laughing and Krishna was boasting. Meanwhile, Lalita Sakhi was making Srimati Radhika prepared for wrestling, tucking her sari and her skirt here and there, making her look like a wrestler. But then they took her cloth and completely covered her head. And then when Lalita Sakhi saw that she was ready, they brought her behind a very beautiful bower of beautiful, fragrant flowers. Can you say fragrant flowers?
Beautiful, fragrant flowers.
It's hard. And so that it would cover the scent of Srimati Radhika's body. So as soon as she put her there, they watched Krishna for a moment. Those flowers could not stop the beautiful scent of Srimati Radhika's body. And as Krishna was standing there boasting, all of a sudden a very soft gust of wind came by and reached Krishna. At that time it carried the scent of Srimati Radhika's body to her. Smelling that beautiful enchanting fragrance of love and affection, Krishna began to tremble. He began to feel a little bit dizzy. he tried to pretend nothing was going on. Oh, he shook it off a little bit, but Lalita Saki was aware. He's finished. At that time, she slowly began to bring Srimati Radhika into the wrestling arena. Her face was completely covered, so Krishna was watching. And Srimati Radhika was coming into the wrestling arena, and Krishna was staring at her. And he said, "Oh, Sakha, Madhumango, what is that? What is it? It looks like lightning, but it can't be lightning because lightning flashes and goes. This isn't leaving, it's staying. What is it?" And Madhumango looked and said, "Sakha, it's just a girl. It's a girl. Snap out of it." Krishna said, "That is not like any girl I've ever seen before." And Madhumango's looking at him like, "What's wrong with you?" At that time, Lalita Saki said, "Okay, here is your opponent. Let's start the wrestling match." At that time, Krishna stopped. He was feeling shaky already. His knees were weak, and he was feeling quite dizzy. He said, "Her? I'm going to wrestle her?" They said, "Yes, she's your opponent." And Krishna said, "I can't. First, I need to see the face of my opponent before I can wrestle them. First, you show me what she looks like, and then I will wrestle her." At that time, Lalita Saki quickly lifted up the veil of Srimati Radhika, and it is explained that her eyebrows are like a bow, and her eyes are like shooting arrows at Krishna through the bow of her eyebrows. Immediately, she gave Krishna a sidelong glance and began perpetually shooting him with those arrows of love and affection. Krishna, being shot by those arrows, standing there, immediately just fell flat in the dust and fainted. And all of the manjaris and gopis started clapping and saying, "Jai Jai Śrī Radhe, Jai Jai Śrī Radhe." So Srimati Radhika, just by her sidelong glance, we know she completely defeated Krishna. She doesn't actually need to wrestle him, hands-on wrestling. Just by her eyes, just by her moods, Krishna is already completely defeated and controlled. So that Leela took place in this area, which is why you see the painting of Radha and Krishna having a wrestling match. This place is very important because it does establish the Parakya Bhav of Braj. Srila Gurudev said that this is mainly what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to come and to give the world. And through the medium of Srila Rupa Goswami, he was able to give all of this to all of us, to the entire world. Everything Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wanted to give, he gave through the pen of Srila Rupa Goswami. And so Srila Gurudev said, if we want to know more about these inner moods, then we will dive deep into Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Ujjvala Nilamani, Vidagdha Madhava, all of these very deep, deep moods of Radha and Krishna. You will find all of these there. So Gurudev said, if someone is actually very enthusiastic and they have so much greed, automatically they will dive deep into those literatures. So many times devotees say, oh, we're not qualified, we're not qualified. One time Srila Gurudev said, because you have no greed. Really, they've written them for us, they've left them for us. And so if we are under the umbrella, the guidance of our Gurudev and our Guru Varg, and we are taking it in a very careful manner, then we can actually understand what it is Mahaprabhu came to give, what it is our gurus have come to give in our line, who are Rupa Nugas. If we don't understand this, how will we know our goal? How will we know how to get there? How will we understand all of these moods of our acharyas? The more we search, the more we can understand what we are doing is sadhana. If we just sit back and are happy chanting a few rounds a day and maybe doing a couple artis a day and offering our food and calling it prasadam, then this will never be actually sadhana. If there is no greed, if there is no search, if there is no enthusiasm, utsaha, nishtaya, dharyat, these things are so important for a sadhak. They are the life of the sadhak. Utsaha means enthusiasm. Nishtaya means determination, firm determination. I will not give up. And dharya means patience. Even if it takes some time. Once our Gurudev said, that you should see that when you are chanting the names of Krishna, when you are chanting the Maha Mantra, if Krishna doesn't immediately manifest to you, how should you feel? Oh, he's treating me like the Brajabasis. He told them in 2 days or 4, I will return to Vrindavan. But he didn't after so long. Did they give up? No. They continuously, constantly chanted Krishna's names and remembered his sweet pastimes. So Gurudev said, when you're chanting Harinam with enthusiasm and nishtha, it may be that Krishna didn't appear. It may be that the holy name didn't dance on my tongue. It may be that I didn't witness Radha and Krishna's Leela. He said, oh, then you should think that he is treating me like his Brajabasis. Today, I am one of them. I am like that. It may be that he wanted to come, but something has stopped him. For sure and certain, tomorrow he will come. So this is the mood by which our Guru Varg has taught us how to have enthusiasm, to always be searching and to always be praying for new and new realizations. Hey Gurudev, Kripa Bindu Diya, give me one drop. One drop of your mercy is sufficient to flood the entire universe. Please give me your mercy. And that's what this really means. What is your mercy? What have you come to give? Not things of this world, not wealth and health and good children and good husbands and wives, not these things. What you are carrying in your heart, those moods that you have come to give us, please let me realize that. Please let me understand that. And let that one drop flood this heart that is like an ocean of what is it, material suffering and material desires. Drowned all of those and let me drown in the love of Radha and Krishna. Let me hold tight to your lotus feet. This is everything. So these places are very important. Gurudev said we come here and we pray from the core of our hearts. Please let these moods manifest in my heart. This dust has been trampled on by Krishna's cows. The gopis have run to these places. Krishna himself has played the flute here and his own desires were fulfilled here. What to speak of the necessity of our Atma? This dust, these places, the remembrance of them is transcendental, and all of our heart's desires can be fulfilled here. Nothing material. We want nothing. All we want is Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Yugala Milan. Please let me have the eternal nature of my soul uncovered so that I can eternally serve you in my own real nature with love and affection. And this place, all of these places that we've been to, they can grant that in a moment. Srila Prabhupada said, in a moment, if we desire. So now we should go to, or do you want to tell?
Well, Dauji Mandir, that's just there, and the Benukup just around the corner,
Okay.
very quickly.
Okay.
So we should give a donation here, but I don't know.
So just,
I'll hold this because
I have.
Yeah. So I'm going to start also nearby here. It's a place.
I didn't show them here
Okay.
where they're actually exchanging their garden.
There's a place known as Akshayabat, and they have a diorama or a painting on the wall. Here, Sudevi. Need to double click.
So here,
Sweet.
Srimati Radhika is holding a garland. And there's Brahmaji. And, oh wait, that was, yeah, wait a minute. Is that Krishna? Yeah, it's Krishna. He's wearing a peacock feather. He looks so sweet. I'm actually in the little mandir here. I hope I don't get in trouble. Look. How sweet. And there's Brahmaji officiating. So, okay. Now we will go to the next place. Dauji or...
Just around the corner, there's temples.
Okay, so
Here's your...
we'll go this way. Thank you. All right. Maybe I can just give you a quick... Since no one's here, I'm just gonna pretend I belong here. And there's another Brahmaji. Okay, look at how sweet are they. All right, let me get out of here before I get in trouble. All right. Okay.
You may have seen the painting of Balaram killing Pralambasur.
It's fine. It's
I
on
was
you.
just going to help you there.
Oh, okay.
So, technically, that pastime happened at a place known as Akshaibhat, but still they also refer to it here, because this whole area is also the place of Baladev Prabhu. And so we know about this pastime from Krishna book, from the 10th canto, Śrīmad Bhagavatam.
Janardhan Prabhu is asking, is this before or after Brahma stole the cows and calves and cowherd boys?
From my understanding, Krishna was quite young at the time. So, according to what Srila Gurudev and the Vaishnavas, what the Acharyas have told, Krishna was very young at the time. When he's with Nanda Baba and Yashoda, they see him as a very young boy. He reciprocates according to their love. When he goes with Srimati Radhika, immediately he's Sakshat Manmata. He reciprocates according to her nature of love and affection. The same Krishna, but appearing to different personalities in different ways according to their relationship with him. So for Nanda Baba, he's very young. But when this Gandharva wedding, it's not a real wedding as Sudevi said, it's Gandharva wedding took place, then at that time Krishna was like the personification of the attractor of Cupid himself.
And Srimati Radhika also had a form. They were very young. It was before Brahma stole the cows. Yes.
Considerably before. So
these are our followers today.
Every year they have tons of peacock feathers. This year, nothing.
Yes,
So-
2 years old, very young.
Pralambasur, he was a demon sent by Kamsa, and his function was not to
I just don't want them making noise.
kill Krishna, but actually was to kill Balaram, because Kamsa had this mood that if I kill Krishna's friends or his brother or anyone close to him, then Krishna would become depressed, dejected, and would not be able to defend himself when I endeavor to kill Krishna. So you can show. So Pralamba Asur, very big, horrible demon, came into the midst of Krishna and Balaram, transforming himself into a very beautiful young cowherd boy, and joined in their ranks. And Krishna and Balaram allowed him to come in, and there were wrestling matches taking place. So in these wrestling matches that were taking place, the loser would have to carry the winner on their shoulders and go from point A to point B and then back again. So this Pralamba went on to the side of Krishna, and on the side of Balaram was Śrī Dām. And there was a wrestling match. So who won?
Śrī Dām.
Balaram won, and Śrī Dām won. So, yes, Śrī Dām won? No, Krishna won. No, Śrī Dām won, sorry. He had to carry Krishna. Anyhow, so Balaram had to carry Pralamba on his back. Sorry, Pralamba had to carry Balaram on his back. Please
Start
forgive me.
over, start over.
No.
You
It's
okay?
Balaram had to... Pralamba had to carry Balaram on his back.
Let's just not walk.
Okay, well, we're going to go into the temple of Balaram right now. So Pralamba had to carry Balaram on his back. So this Pralamba decided, instead of going to the location he was supposed to go to and come back, he decided, let me take Balaram very far away and then kill him. This was his plan. So as he was taking Balaram very far away, Balaram was, of course, still in his cowherd boy bhav, but he became a little concerned. Wait a second, we're going outside of the jurisdiction of where we're supposed to go. So at that time he realized what he was supposed to do. This was no ordinary cowherd boy. Bala means strength, but Balaram is also the original guru. He is extremely heavy. So he started to become heavier and heavier and heavier until Pralamba could no longer contain his demon form in the form of a sweet cowherd boy. He immediately transformed into this massive demon with his head up into the clouds, and Balaram was riding on his shoulders. So this Pralamba became a massive demon. And different Vaishnavas tell in different ways, we've seen in Krishna book, that Krishna had signaled to Balaram what he should do. So Balaram appeared like the moon on top of a dark cloud. So beautiful. And at that time, Baladev Prabhu took his fist and smashed the head of Pralamba, which, needless to say, Baladev Prabhu himself smashed his head, which broke, and Pralamba fell down dead. So what does this Pralamba represent?
It's a desire for personal gain and honor and lusty inclinations.
He's also a cheater.
Janardhan
He's come
Prabhu's
in
posted
as
it.
a cowherd boy. He's a pretender. He's not the real thing. And what is his intention? His intention is to take the near and dear of Krishna for himself, and even to create destruction. So Pralamba is a great demon that Baladev Prabhu killed, and Guru also does that for us. He kills those tendencies within us. So Baladev Prabhu smashing the head of Pralamba and killing this big demon represents killing those demonic tendencies within each of us. And so we can pray to Baladev Prabhu to please also remove those demonic tendencies from our hearts. I don't know if it'll keep working in here.
I'm going to try to see if it continues working in here. Oh. Kishori, just get here real quick. Can you go in my bag?
राधा रानी की शादी हुई है।
Oh.
हाँ, मांग भर रहे हैं, राधा जी की मांग में सिंदूर दे रहे हैं ठाकुर जी अपने हाथों से। बंशी नहीं है इधर, केवल मांग भरते हुए।
She's saying that Krishna is applying sindoor to her, but
कन्यादान का विशेष महत्व है, साड़ी श्रृंगार।
I'm not going to go with that because our acharyas don't. But there's Brahma. Look at them. Maybe I can go this way. Look at. And then over here is Lord Brahma. Can you see? So beautiful. They're making it as though they had like a fire yagya and all that, but our acharyas say no. So I'm not going to go around because it might be too. Oh look, there's Pralambasur there. Balaram is beating him. Jay, okay. We have to go quickly. Okay. So now can we go to the, well,
Yes.
Venukup here?
Just quickly, we have to go
Yes,
to the next location.
we're
starting to
coming
get
here
dark.
very, very quickly. So this is a well.
It's known as Venu Koop. That means the well dug by the Venu, or the flute. And it is very deep. Radhe Radhe! So, this place is not only the place of Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends, this is also the place of the ras of Krishna with the gopis. And so, when they were doing Rasalila here, they do Rasalila everywhere. When they were doing Rasalila in this location, they became somewhat tired, and so Krishna took the edge of his flute and he dug a coop here. Also, there's a reason for it. There was a demon named Vatsasur, a little calf, who also was a demon who came among the calves of Krishna, and Krishna had killed that calf, who was a demon. And as we told at Radhakund, when Arasasur was killed, in the same way the gopis were challenging Krishna. You have done something sinful, you have killed a calf. So Krishna said, how can I become free from this sin? They said, you need to take bath in all of the holy places and all of the holy rivers. So what did Krishna do? He took his flute, dug this place, all of the holy rivers and all of the holy churches came inside this, and he was able to bathe in this water. So many persons come and bathe here also.
Can you tell me what a swastika represents here? Because we see this all over India, and this is all done in cow dung, and you can see they've put it everywhere.
I only know that swastikas are symbols of auspiciousness. They do not have anything to do with what they were becoming famous for in the Second World War. That was stolen from them, and those ones are in the shape of an X with those tails.
Do you know what a swastika represents, what it means?
Auspicious.
Auspiciousness, okay. And when they changed it, it became inauspicious. Okay.
But they make these designs.
Yeah, with cow
Whenever
dung.
they're doing yagyas or anything, they're invoking auspiciousness with these symbols. I don't know exactly what it means. Maybe we should ask Swastika.
It's very, very interesting, isn't it? All cow dung. And it's all over in there. That's all cow dung. All right, Chela, we're going.
Baladev temple right here.
Baladev temple here.
Wow.
Pralambasur was killed here.
Udar Leela. I don't think Udar.
Swastika represents Lakshmi, Gandhari Dasi is saying.
Hopefully.
Do you have it in there?
Yeah.
Just lift this and it's there. It's there, yeah. Sorry, devotees. So here's Baladev Prabhu. Kishori ji?
Yes.
Do you want to explain why he's blackish?
Yes, 1 second. I just saw it.
Jai. Jai. Haribol.
So, in many places throughout Braj, especially in this area, there are temples of Lord Baladev. And most of them, many of them are blackish. Why is Baladev blackish? We see in Shastra that he is white complexion. Why is he blackish? Because in deep separation from Krishna, remembering Krishna and his pastimes, he manifests the complexion of Krishna. We've seen in the Rasalila pastimes of Krishna that when Krishna left that Rasalila pastime, that all of the gopis in separation, when they were calling out Gopi Geet, they were mimicking and remembering the pastimes of Krishna, and they were so absorbed in remembering the pastimes of Krishna that they actually felt themselves to be like Krishna himself. So in deep absorption and deep separation, from time to time, the associates of Krishna, they also manifest his complexion. Baladev Prabhu manifests that blackish complexion in separation from Krishna.
Like we hear Radha Vinod Bihari.
Yes.
Ooh, is there?
Careful.
There's a step. Okay.
So we have to run. We're going to go to Bangshibat.
Okay. Radhe, Radhe. Oh, I did it again.
My mask is on. I couldn't put it in.
I went to take Achman and I did it on my mask. Okay. Thank you, Jiva Pavana Prabhu. Also, and Lakshmi resides in cow dung because all devatas took their place all over the cow's body, therefore no space left for her. That's cute. Oh, okay. So now we are going to Bangshibat. Remember at the beginning of Kartik, we started at Bangshibat in Vrindavan. So they also have a Bangshibat here. Are we taking a car?
We have to. It's too far to walk.
Oh.
It's not yours. It's whose? Look at the little cow.
Kishori, you're driving?
Yeah. It's going next door.
You said it's not far.
It's not far. 1 kilometer. Yes.
1 kilo. Oh, look at this.
But walking, it's further.
I just need to show you. Look at. Radhe, Radhe. Radhe, Radhe. Oh, they're so little. Radhe, Radhe. So cute. All right, so one thing, we're going to have to take some vehicles here and there. So, Kishori ji, you need to be here.
It's just 1 kilometer. We'll just do a quick kirtan on the way. Chalo, chalo.
Okay, okay.
And if you're getting inside?
Radhe, 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 Radhe. What's going on? Okay, we're going just 1 kilometer. We have a lot of fans. We didn't bring anything for them today because it's Ekadashi.
Where's
so
my mask?
no, kids are not coming with us.
Where's my mask?
Usually we bring them some treats, but because it's Ekadashi, we didn't have it. So maybe we can come back and give something to them. It's not very far from Vrindavan, but we should go quickly, Kishori. Uh-oh, maybe we're stuck here, everyone. Oh no, we're not.
That's okay.
All right, so what kirtan will we sing?
I can go forward or back? This is in the way.
Kishori, I'm recording,
Take this.
you know.
Take this. Thank you.
We're live.
Uh-oh. No one knows that I'm driving.
Yeah, Kishori's driving.
Radhe, Radhe.
Kishori's driving, everyone. Radhe, Radhe. So, Bandirvan ki jai.
Yay!
All right. Now where?
We're going to Bangshibat.
Bangshibat. And maybe you'll see it in this field here. We saw so many peacocks. Oh, you can still see them.
I remember Srila Gurudev walking with us as he was going across these fields to go to Bangshibat. It was such a beautiful scene with Gurudev leading all of the
It's just...
It went out?
No, it's just... I can't roll the window down and it's...
Let's get that. Hey. Lali? I can't see.
Hare Krishna, Bengali advance.
So, anyway, there are tons of peacocks out there. I don't know if you can see anything, but there are so many. It's really, really beautiful. The thing is, we should start a kirtan because we have a whole bunch of parikrama with us.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Look who's driving,
Krishna
everyone.
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna,
Was that a shortcut there?
Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh no, can you take
Hare
that
Krishna,
down
Hare
or
Krishna.
move it up?
Bangshibat.
No, this
Krishna,
cloth.
Krishna.
Because I'm
DJ.
trying to show.
Over there?
हाँ आगे से
ठीक है कृष्ण
Okay,
कृष्ण
he's driving.
हरे
Uh-oh.
हरे हरे राम
Thank you, Anu.
हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण Bangshibat?
Krishna Krishna,
roadside.
Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Rama Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna.
Hare Hare.
I think it's a jaguar. A jaguar, so however you say it, jaguar. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Where's Bangshibat? Look at all these little children.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Uh-oh. They're learning young.
Hare Rama. Bangshibat. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare.
Hare Rama.
Oh, peacocks are
Hare
flying.
Rama.
Like peacocks are
Rama
flying.
Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Watch your face.
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare. Ho.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
We are so posh.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
This is a new Goshala.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Bangshibat.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama day.
Hare Krishna.
Oh, look, we have a traffic
Krishna
jam.
Krishna Hare Hare.
The guy doesn't look like he's moving.
Hare
Oh, we're done.
Hare
Look, I thought we were gonna
One second,
have
I'm gonna get a little closer.
Oh.
Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare. Oh, I hear a kirtan going on. Kishori, there's like some ladies singing.
That's great.
I know.
You get to see some real live ladies. Again and again. How do you lock it? Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Radhe Radhe. Krishna.
Look.
We have arrived
Do you
at
hear it?
this Bangshibat.
Oh, I love this. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh. We should just stay here. Oh, I was just going for the kirtan. Look at you.
Did you catch that?
No? Wow.
Shri Shyama Bihari Mandir.
I want to go to the kirtan.
Sorry.
Look at this is everyone's tying their clothes here. So what I'm gonna do is 1 second.
You're going to tie clothes?
No, I'm not tying cloth. Can you hold it up? Because I can get.
Got her in this bag so we don't have that kind of complication. Here.
I'm looking for my page with everybody's names on it. Can you search? Just search it.
Yes.
But today I am not able to.
They say that if you have pure love and affection, if your heart is pure, then if you put your ears to this tree, you can hear the echo of the kirtan that was being performed at the time of the Leelas of Radha and Krishna. My personal understanding is these kind of things do not take place on the material platform. Only those who have that transcendental qualification can actually hear that real sound. But we do hear something. If we listen to the katha of our Gurudev and Guru Varga, that is the transcendental making itself available on this plane. Go in.
Are you hearing here, brother?
I guess we can't take pictures. No? Okay. No filming here. Oh, too bad. It's deities of Radha and Krishna, but they said no filming. I could film the ladies, but I'd rather hear something. So will you speak? Huh? Okay.
Abhinay.
So we're gonna come over to a quieter spot. A lot going on. So will you say something?
Yes. So this place is known as Bangshibat. There are many different Bangshibat. As you can see, this is a banyan tree this is another place where Krishna would come and play his flute, and he would call to his friends, he would call to his cows. On his flute, he has different flutes and different tones that he can call to all of his transcendental associates. So his cows know when he's calling them by the tones and the tunes he would play on his flute, and even each individual would know, he's calling me. The gopis also, they could hear that flute song. The cowherd boys cannot hear the flute song that Krishna is utilizing for the gopis.
Gurudev said it puts them to sleep.
It puts the cowherd boys to sleep, but it wakes the gopis up. So Krishna has flute songs for the cows and the calves. He has flute songs for the cowherd boys. He's got different flute songs for the gopis, and it calls them. It's a specific message. You know, mundane, but you have your own different groups of friends. You can have different groups that you post to. In the same way, Krishna has his different groups that he can call. He can call those gopis or the cowherd boys. So he would sit in the banyan tree here and call his cows or call his cowherd boys. And also, Ras has taken place here with the gopis. So this place is quite unique because it is a place of separation.
Say it louder, I did.
All places in Braj are places of meeting and also separation. And this place is specific to a very dear cowherd boyfriend of Krishna. His name is Śrī Dāmodara. Śrī Dāmodara is very near and dear, intimate, Priya Narma Sakha, friend of Krishna. So when Krishna left and went to Mathura, he of course told the cowherd boys and everyone, I'll return very soon. In fact, the cowherd boys went there and then they came back. So Nanda Baba, the cowherd boys, they all went there. The gopis stayed here in Vrindavan. The cowherd boys went, but they came back and Krishna did not return. But because Krishna said, very soon I will come, the cowherd boys, I read today from Srila Gurudev, that they experience separation from Krishna. That one moment, 1/11th of a second, he said, feels like millions of yugas in separation. That Mahapralaya means intense devastation overtakes them in deep separation. So, Śrī Dāmodara, he remained in this place, in deep separation, only weeping and crying and waiting for Krishna's return. And in different places it is said that Krishna, after killing Dantavakra, because we know that different pastimes take place. So at one time, it is said that Krishna didn't return. And other times it is said that he returned and they didn't realize that he returned because they were always having darshan of him within their heart and within their mind, within their separation. They were having meetings, so they couldn't recognize that he was returning daily. Here, after killing Dantavakra, it is said that Krishna came back to Vrindavan and then took Śrī Dāmodara with him. But there's also another katha that Śrī Dāmodara remained here all the way through until Gaura Lila. He was waiting here in separation from Krishna.
That is patience.
If one moment feels like millions of years, imagine all of that time, 5,000 years in separation from Krishna. We cannot even fathom that kind of separation. So Śrī Dāmodara remained here doing that intense bhajan, means contemplation and absorption and separation.
They're asking if Śrī Dāmodara is the brother of Srimati Radhika.
Yes. So Śrī Dāmodara remained here and he continued to weep for Krishna until the time of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. At that time, there was Nityananda Prabhu came through, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came through, but Śrī Dāmodara heard this voice that your Prabhu, your Prananath, has now appeared in Navadvip. So he was able to then enter into those transcendental pastimes. So many different leelas are told. But for us, this is something symbolic also for us. That with intense, deep separation mood, this is also the mood that we have been given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to call for Krishna, to cry for his mercy. And within that mood of separation, so much meeting takes place. That is the meaning of viraha. Viraha means separation, but it also means special meeting. Viraha, special meeting. So within that desperate separation, there's so much meeting. And Śrī Dāmodara is showing us by his own strong endeavor in that mood of separation from Krishna. As Sudevi just told there, that firm conviction, no matter what, I will not stop. And patience, dhariyat, When Krishna chooses to show his mercy, that is up to him. The only thing we can do is cry and beg with a heart full of sincerity. So this place is very powerful for us as sadhaks. We can also take shelter here and pray that Śrīdām, you have this kind of resolve, this kind of resolution, that no matter what, you will not give up and you will wait patiently for the appearance of Krishna in your life. So also for us, Krishna is not our order supplier, carrier. Yes, he may be that person who takes care of everything we lack and preserves what we have, but we should not think that he is our servant. Rather, he is our beloved Lord, our prananath. And only we should make that endeavor in such a way that Krishna will want to come and see us. So here in this place, Bangshibat, we pray for that mercy, that we can have that fortitude to remain strong through everything. That may that strength, that nishta and that dharya, that enthusiasm always grow within our hearts.
They're asking who is Śrīdām in Gaur Leela?
I can't remember at the moment. Does anyone know?
Maybe Jiva Pavana Prabhu or Mukunda Prabhu, Govinda Rupini Didi. Maybe you guys know. Other devotees are saying, I was just typing that question. We want to know too, so if anybody can give us that extraordinary answer, we would love to know. In Gaura Leela, who is Śrīdām Sakha?
And there are...
You were going to sing one kirtan here.
Yes. Do we have time? What's the time now? It's kind of loud.
Radhe
Radhe Radhe Radhe Radhe. I wanted to sing Hari Hari Kabe Mora. There it also has the name
We
of
can
Śrīdām.
sing it at Mansarovar, or is it just too?
I wanted to sing it here, but it might get late. So.
Yeah. It's only 4:30.
Yes, we can sing it.
We're going to sing it. We're going to, while we're...
I don't know what page it is in the song, but because it also has Śrīdām's name in there.
He's Ramdas Abhiram Thakur.
Abhiram. Wow.
Thank you so much, Janardhan Prabhu.
Page 1.
Ramdas
2,
Abhiram Thakur.
1, 2,
We have our
2.
little kirtan party here.
It's going to be hard to sing over the kirtan next door, which is very sweet.
Yeah, we're going to sing over the beautiful Brajabasis,
So
our
this
Gaudiya
bhajan
kirtans.
is by Śrīla Narottam Das Thakur, in a mood of separation and calling out for the mercy of all of these divine personalities. Although Narottam Das Thakur, in his eternal position in Krishna Lila, is as a maidservant of Srimati Radhika, we should understand that all of these persons acknowledge and admire the moods of loving service for Krishna that all of Krishna's associates have for him. So Narottam Das Thakur is appreciating the service of the gopis, the service of all of the cowherd boys, of all of the eternal associates of Krishna, and praying for their mercy.
Oh, Meena Paudel is asking for Gopi Geet, but I think we're going to do this and then go, huh?
Yes, not here.
Yeah, I know it is a nice place, Bangshibat, to do that, but we can also do that in Vrindavan easily. We'll
At the
do that
other
another day,
Bangshibat.
yeah. We'll do that another day. Because this is a specific place of Śrīdām, also we wanted to sing that. We had thought it would be a good thing to do
Yes.
here.
Excuse me, sorry. It's getting a little cool out.
Yeah.
So Hari Hari Kabe Moro Hoibe Sudino
Hari Hari Kabe Mora Hoibe Sudina
Ajibo Shri Radha Krishna Hoya Premo Dino
Bhajibo Shri Radha Krishna Hoya Prema Dina. This used to be on the bank of Jamuna. Jamuna used to flow right here, so there's sand. Surante Nishaya Gava Sumadhura Tana
Anande Kori Boduha Rupa Guno Gano
Anande Kari Bodhuha
গোবিন্দ বলি কান্দিব চৈশ্বরে রাধিকা
গোবিন্দ বলি কান্দিব চৈশ্বরে
জীবে সকল অঙ্গ নয়নের নীরে
বিজিবে সকল অঙ্গ নয়নের নীরে
এবার করুণা করো রূপ সনাতন
এবার করুণা করো রূপ সনাতন
রঘুনাথ দাস মোর শ্রী জীব জীবন
রঘুনাথ দাস মোর শ্রী জীব জীবন
এবার করুণা করো ললিতা বিশাখা
এবার করুণা করো ললিতা বিশাখা
সখ্য ভাবে শ্রী দামসু বলয়াদি সখা
সখ্য ভাবে শ্রী দামসু বলয়াদি সখা
ও সখ্য ভাবে শ্রী দামসু বলয়াদি সখা
সখ্য ভাবে শ্রী দামসু বলয়াদি সখা
সবে মিলি করো দয়া পুরুক মোর আশা
সবে মিলি কর দয়া পুরুক মোর আশা
প্রার্থনা করো এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস
প্রার্থনা কর এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস
ও প্রার্থনা করো এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস
প্রার্থনা কর এ সদা নরোত্তম দাস
প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে
প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে
ও প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে প্রভু হে
प्रभु हे प्रभु हे प्रभु हे
That was the same bhajan that our Srila Gurudev sang for our Srila Prabhupada. In that very final recording, one of the last times Prabhupada had a conversation, Srila Gurudev had Sheshai Prabhu sing Shri Rupa Manjari Pada, and then Gurudev followed it with this bhajan, Hari Hari Kabai Mora Hoibe Sudina. And we have the recording of that if you're interested. As we were singing, I was remembering also, O Manado Lage Na Saki, says Gwala Bala Sabat Tarap Rahe Hain. That in separation from Krishna, these young cowherd boys, their love for Krishna is so great that in separation they were like fish out of water, flopping this way and that way, meaning they could barely maintain their
Couldn't
lives.
even breathe in separation.
Cannot breathe like that. So this kind of deep mood of separation, our Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu encouraged us to develop this mood of separation so that we can develop love and affection for Krishna. Are we competing with all the outside noise?
Probably.
Okay, because we're pretty close.
I just want to make sure they can hear it.
Okay. Nearby here, there are a couple other places, kundas, Shyam Talaya and Krishna Kund, different places where Krishna would call his cows to come and drink water, where Krishna would play, where he would also give water for the gopis. And
You have a question.
uh-oh.
It says, it's Raktambar Prabhu, and he says, does directly worshipping Radha and Krishna in the translation of the first verse mean personally worshipping directly, or more like without any other priorities? Nārāyaṇ, actually on the recordings of Gurudev, you'll find it. It's easy to find if you have...
Maybe it's on purebhakti.tv. You can find the recording of that.
But maybe
Under
we
the
could post
MP3s.
it on this thread. We just don't like to post it haphazardly, because it's, you know, the very last time Srila Gurudev met with Srila Prabhupada, and it's something very grave, so we don't like to just post it easily.
Sometimes devotees like to clean their kitchen or vacuum their floors with bhajans going on in the background.
Like
And
me.
Maybe lots of bhajans may be going on in the background, but this is Srila Prabhupada on his departure bed, and Gurudev is telling him, just like Ishwar Puripad is telling Madhavendra Puripad, don't worry for anything else in this world now, just keep your mind concentrated on Krishna. So our Srila Gurudev is doing the same thing. Prabhupada was concerned who would manage this, who would take care of the court
His
cases,
children.
who would take care of his children, and Gurudev said everything will be taken care of. Now just become completely free of that and just focus your mind on Krishna. So Gurudev
And
was
that's when
giving
Gurudev
that
made those promises.
loving, yes. And then Prabhupada said, promise me you will help them. And Gurudev promised, he said, until my last breath, I swear I will do my everything, my best to serve and to help. And he did just that. So Gurudev had sung this bhajan. So Raktambar Prabhu asked, I just wanted to say about this vacuuming. So in certain bhajans, maybe we can do that. But on this one, we feel very, very
Protective.
possessive that Srila Prabhupada is in such a state. We don't want to just take advantage of that mood and disrespect it. So we're very weary how we share it. It's available, but we don't like to be the ones who make it available for that purpose.
General listening. But
Not
we
for
can
vacuuming the
we
floor.
can give it. We can give it.
Yes. If you promise to honor and respect it, and weep when you listen to it. So, Hari Hari Kabe Mor Hoy Vesudina Bhajibo. Bhajibo means to do bhajan, but bhajan actually means to serve. Bhaj, the root bhaj, means to express one's love through the medium of service. And so this can be direct, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that actually our mood is Gopi Bhartu Pada Kamalayor Das Das Anudas. That when will I serve Radha and Krishna? But it's not always necessary to directly serve them. Sometimes the service can be even better when we serve indirectly. Like, maybe we'll tell it when we go there. So I'm not going to do a spoiler. I'll just tell, that's a pastime we'll tell in another place. But once upon a time, Srila Gurudev was receiving massage. 10 devotees were massaging him at the same time. Like almost one per finger. And usually I would massage him, and I thought, he just doesn't need another energy massaging him so many people massaging. And I went into the room, and at that time, Pujapad Madhav Mahārāja was slapping oil onto his back like this. And if anyone saw him during Gurudev's classes, he had such a bad back. It was stiff as a board. And he was doing it to himself, but he was serving Gurudev day and night, 24 hours a day, always on call for Gurudev. So I thought, maybe I can help him. And so I gave him a good hour-long massage. And because I was massaging him, he would always give me entrance. He would call me in at other times. Can you massage? He said, go in after lunch. And I would go into Gurudev's room, and it was just me and Gurudev. And Gurudev said, can you massage me so that I can sleep? And I said, I can try. And Mahārāja showed me how to do it, just very gently squeezing his legs.
So you mean
to
from the
relax
servant of the servant?
So I was choosing to massage Mahārāja because I saw that he's serving constantly, and through the medium of serving the servant, my service would actually be enhanced more than if I were to just massage one of Gurudev's fingers. And then on top of that, he also gave me personal service. So all of this can take place. I just wanted to give it as an example because we have the other example to tell at the pastime places that we're going to go when we do go, which we will.
What place? So I know what you're talking about.
Javat.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
All right.
so now we're going to go to
Mansarovar. It's a 15-minute drive, so get your songbooks out. I don't know how good Kishori's going to do driving and...
Yeah, I want to drive in the light.
No, I meant about your bhajans. How are you going to...
I'll try to sing bhajans I can remember by heart.
Okay, let's go.
Śrī Dāmodara ki jai, Śrī Bangshibat ki jai. Do I have the print?
You have the print.
Jai.
That's the print. This beautiful place. Śrī Bangshibat. Okay. We have a lot of little friends. Oops. Oh. Today's not that mood. Maybe, oh, this thing is not working. Maybe after. Sorry I'm moving so quickly. But Raktambar Prabhu, maybe after today. Now we're in a particular mood. That's more of a Nandagaon mood, which means it's a little bit more playful. What's over there? Oh. Sorry, I just fixed it. There was peacocks over there. There's
Right there.
peacocks everywhere.
Okay, so they want me to come and pick you up. You can walk down a little bit.
Oh,
and I'll pick you
yeah. We get to walk.
up.
Wow. Look at this beautiful road. It's amazing. You can just get some idea of what untouched Braj really looked like. You know, there's so much forest and so much beauty here. And it's really crowded. So nice. We're just taking you on a quick little walk before Kishori picks us up. But if you can imagine, this is where Krishna is playing the flute and he's calling for his gopis to come. And in the middle of the night, look at, there's a peacock. In the middle of the night, coming here would be somewhat frightening, I think. Look at, isn't that beautiful? They're everywhere here. It's just, oh, there's so many. Oh, there's one with a bunch of feathers. That's rare to see. I don't know if you can see it, all those beautiful feathers there. Oh, look at how beautiful. They almost blend in and then you see that blue. Oh, how nice. There used to be so many in Vrindavan, I remember. And this is just in '96. But there were still near Ramanreti, which is near Krishna Balaram Mandir of Srila Prabhupada's. There were so many peacocks and parrots, and it was really, really beautiful. Things have since changed quite a lot, but anyhow. Huh? Oh, he's going with no hands. Look at how beautiful here. I'm just going to explore for a minute as we're waiting for Kishori. It's a kund, but looks a little, I don't know what's going on there. Oh, there's our taxi. There's our taxi driver. What is that kund? Do you know? Is it just Sorry?
Samtaliya.
Tell us about it.
Lord Krishna is taking bath in this fruit.
Oh, Krishna's taking bath there. That's it? That's a lot. And the cows are probably drinking there, and there's probably a lot going on there. Look at you. Look at you. Now I know how to scare the kids. Just film them. I was filming him and he ran. Okay, so oops.
Eyes, why are they so dark? Yellow, you see?
Aw.
Radhe Radhe.
Here we go. Radhe Radhe.
No, one of the kids.
Red sweater.
Aw.
Motorcycle coming.
Okay, so what are you gonna sing? Radhe Radhe, little ones.
Gurudev Kripa Karke, page 360.
We sang that last night.
Okay, Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya.
Page 32.
2. Radhe Radhe. Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya. Koro e dase. Trinape khayati hino.
Gurudev Kripa. Peacock crossing.
Full feathers.
Hold on. Oh, I'm missing it. I can't get it.
Sakala
sorry,
sahane
devotees.
baladiya
There,
koro
the peacock is crossing the road.
Nijamane sprihahina. Different kinds of fuel in this car.
Baladiya karo, nij mane
Oh, sorry, I'm trying to show you all the peacocks everywhere. It's just a feast for the eyes. Oh wait, look, 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 look. Look at it. Hold on, hold on. He's running.
Give me.
We got it.
Go, give me.
No, 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 it's fine. Oh, it just jumped. That was beautiful. Hina.
Sakale saman karite shakati. Dehonatha jatha jatha sakale saman
Karite shakati.
Dehonatha jatha jatha.
Tabe to gaibo hari namo sukhe. Tabe to gaibo
Hari nama sukhe.
aparadha habe hato.
Aparadha habe hato.
Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Guru e dase Trinape khayati hino.
I was thinking the same thing. Why did the peacock cross the road? Dase trinape kayati hina.
O jogyata vichare kichu nahi pai. Tumharo
This is what's going on here. This is like
Jogyata vichare kichu nahi pai.
Wow, look at the size of the load on her head. Koruna na hoile kadiya kadiya. Koruna na hoile
Kadiya kadiya.
Karuna na hoile kadiya kadiya. Karuna na hoile
Kadiya kadiya.
prana na rakhibo aro. Low car. Gurudeva Kripa Bindu Diya Koro e dase Trinape khayati hino. Gurudeva Kripa Bindu Diya. Right? Do you know how to get there? Jaya Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Gurudeva Jai Gurudeva Jaya Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada
Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Thakur. Oh hey bhai.
Let them find the page.
What's the page? 36?
No, I'm not sure.
Do the car lights work? Do you know?
Very low.
You don't have normal brights?
We don't have good lights, guys. You know what? There are motorcycles here that drive without lights. Not that that's a good thing.
Oh hey Vaishnava
Page 39.
Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Diya pada chhaya shodho he amare. Diya pada chhaya shodho he amare. Tomara charana dhori. Tomara charana dhori. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Chaya begodomi chaya dosha shroti chaya guna deho dase. Chaya begodomi chaya dosha shroti chaya guna deho dase. Chaya sata sanga deho he amare. Chaya sata sanga deho he amare. Boshechi sangera ashe. Boshechi sangera ashe. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Ekaki amar nahi pai bal hari namo sankirtane. Ekaki amar nahi pai bal hari namo sankirtane. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Oh tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Tumi kripa kori shraddha bindu diya. Deho Krishna namo dhane. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro. Tomara shakti aache. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro. Tomara shakti aache. Krishna se tomara Krishna dite paro. Tomara shakti aache. Ami to kangal Krishna Krishna boli. Ami to kangal Krishna Krishna boli. Hai tava pache pache. Hai tava pache pache. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Oh hey Vaishnava Thakura Doyara sagar edase karuna kori. Diya pada chhaya shodho he amare. Diya pada chhaya shodho he amare. Tomara charana dhori. कृपा करो मोरे दया करो प्रभु कृपा करो मोरे दया करो
प्रभु कृपा करो मोरे दया करो कृपा करो मोरे दया करो
वैष्णवता ठाकुर की
जय।
Now गौरांग बोलिते हबे
गौरांग बोलिते हबे.
मुलक शरीर 86.
And if you don't have the songbook, Jiva Pavana Prabhu, just look for the name Jiva Pavana Prabhu, and you will find that he's posting it for all
You
of
need
us.
water in your
And
Oh.
also,
Where, left here?
Lavangalata is adding
Sure.
the page numbers if you don't have
Because
it.
we came in this way.
So we have to go this way.
No, I thought we came from here, no?
No. Not that way.
Sure? Further on? Bigger? I have to beat my horn here in India.
Kishori drives all over the world, Rakambar Prabhu, in Italy. He did it once in
South Africa,
Sicily.
Australia, England, Belgium.
And Faridabad, which is like so much more crazy compared to this. So don't worry. He can multitask. Now Goranga Bolite Habe.
It's very different though here because I get to beat whenever I want.
Yeah, he likes beeping.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvasadi
Make sure you keep your eyes open. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Śrīvasadi
Gauranga bolite have pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite no yane babinira Gauranga bolite have
Pulaka Sharira Hari Hari Bolite Na Yane Balvinira
Āraka venitai chande karuna haive sangsara vasana mora kabe tu chahave Āraka venitai chande
Karuna Haive Samsara Vasana Mora Kabe Tu Chahave
Vishaya chariya kabe shuddha have mana kabe hamo he ravo Shri Vrindavana Vishaya chariya kabe
Shudahave Mana Kabe Hamahe Ravo Shri Vrindavana
Arupara Gunatha pade haibe yakuti kabe hamo buja bose jugala piriti Rupara Gunatha pade
Haibe Akuti Kabe Hama
Wedding?
Jagose Jugala Piriti
Rupara Gunatha pade Mora Asha Prathana Koro Ye Sada Narottama Dasa
Rupara Gunata Pade Rahu Morayasha
Kitna dur?
Pratana Karo Ye Sada Narottama Dasa
Gauranga bolite have pulaka sharira Hari Hari bolite no yane babinira Gauranga bolite have
Pulaka Sharira
Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari
Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari Jaya Sachinandana Jaya Gaurahari
Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga
Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga
Oh Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga
Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Nitai Gauranga Jaya Nitai Gauranga
Bolo Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Oh Jai Sachinandana Jai
We're going to Mansarovar. Dana Jai Gaurahari.
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Hope you guys aren't getting car sick. Gaurahari.
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari.
Jaya Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari
Jai Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari.
Yo.
Sachinandana Jai Gaurahari.
Nitai He Gaura He Nitai He Gaura He
Nitai
Kaha?
Hey Gaurahari.
Sorry.
Nitai Hey Gaurahari.
Nitai He Gaura He
आगे
Nitai He Gaura He
Nitai Hey Gaurahari. Nitai Hey Gaurahari.
Śrī Sachinandana Gaura Hari Ki
आगे आगे
Kaha?
आगे सीधा
We got this, guys. We got it.
Patit Pavana Śrī Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai Śrī Sat Gosvāmī Prabhu Ki Jai Krishna.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
You sure it's forward? Not there?
little bit
Okay.
Okay.
Just looking at the road signs.
Remember, look for Jiva Pavana Prabhu. He posts it if you don't have a book. And if you have a book and you don't have the number, just wait. Lavangalata will post it. Soriji?
Yes. Page 343,
Well done.
I think.
And?
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Oh, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Don't worry, they have a rope across. They'll be fine.
Manamana Samadhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankajama Makarande.
Manamana Samadhukaram Arpaya Nijapada Pankajama Makarande.
Oh, Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Yadyapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natavanakhagramarichim.
Yadyapi samadhishu vidhirapi pashyati natavanakhagramarichim.
Idamichhami nishamyatavachutatapi kripatutavechim.
Vidamichhami nishamyatavachutatapi kripatutavechim.
Oh, Bhaktivedānta Yapi Madhavana Kai Mamatila Matri.
Bhaktivedānta Yapi Madhavana Kai Mamatila Matri. It's not raining, that was an accident. Parameshwarata Tadapita
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Oh Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Ayam abilo latayadya sanatana kalitadbhutara sabharam.
Ayam abhilo latayadya sanatana kalita bhutara sabharam. Gotta hear him. Nivasatu nityamiham ritanindini vindana madhuri masaram. There's our kirtan in there. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Manamanasa madhukaram arpaya nijapada pankajama karande.
Manamanasa madhukaram arpaya nijapada pankajama karande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande.
Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. Krishna Deva Bhavantam Vande. That window's down.
I know, it's locked, it's open now.
Jay! So we're just getting a couple of things. We're gonna do our program here at Mansarovar. Kirtan program, because a while ago the devotees said that they would like, you know, just maybe a Maha Mantra really long and an hour long or something, just doing Kirtan. So we decided that maybe it would be nice when we come out to also just really meditate and do Hare Krishna Kirtan. So I think we're going to try to do that, but you know, it doesn't always work out the way we plan. So we can only do our best. Our
Put this in the backpack. Can you open the back
uh-oh,
again?
they said it's fuzzy.
Sorry.
Is it fuzzy? Oh no. I hope it doesn't stay that way. Let me move. Maybe it's something with where I'm standing. Please let me know if it gets better. I would hate for it to get worse. That's not good. There's all these wires here. Like, look at this. So maybe it has something to do with all of that. It's really kind of Kali Yuga like, that stuff. So, but without it, I don't know if we'd be taking you everywhere. So in one sense, we're very grateful for it. And in another sense, it's pretty icky. So does it get better? I hope it's better. So we're just across the Jamuna. If we were to actually go from here, not in the car but walk, we could walk all the way back to Vrindavan. It's really nice. Or we could take a boat across. But we can get to Vrindavan by just walking here. It's pretty amazing. It's so rural and it's just a little bit a ways from Vrindavan. So
We should go to the mandir
before it closes?
Yeah.
Or
One
before
around the
Aarti. All right, so we'll go to the mandir first, hopefully get you some darshan, and then look at this beautiful, beautiful tree. I mean,
Wow.
oh, it's so beautiful.
Oh, there's a kadamba there and a tamal tree together.
Look at, if you see,
Black one and a golden.
it's black and golden. In ISKCON, the Krishna Balaram Mandir, there was a tree like this intertwined, and it was called the Krishna Balaram tree. And then later it was called the Yugal Kishore tree. So this, however your mood is feeling, it's the golden kadamba and the blackish tamal tree.
In Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks about the trees like this, and that Srimati Radhika is compared to that hemlata, or that golden vine, circumambulating, wrapping herself around that tamal tree.
Actually, Vrinda Devi and the Manjaris, they train all of the creepers to do that because it brings an auspicious meeting. And this, I don't know if you saw the picture that I posted yesterday, but there was a picture and Gurudev was sitting right
He would sit
Here.
and give his harikatha to the devotees.
right here. This is where Gurudev would sit. Yes,
giving me
he was giving Kishori the mic to sing.
You were giving that.
Or he was handing me my
You were very young at time. 20 years back.
baby.
Yeah,
96.
we're kind of old now, so
Look, they fixed up.
we'll bring you there in just a moment.
Man Sarovar ki
Look at
jai.
Sun has already begun to set. We hope that it. Oh, look at you! Hare Krishna.
Radhe Radhe, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
little one. Lots of cute little things to distract you.
I'm just gonna put the harmonium here for now.
All right, so I don't know if they'll allow a camera. We're just gonna try,
Do you have the
and we'll see what happens. She has. No, okay, okay. Can I do video? Okay.
Radhe Shyam.
Okay, so no video.
Photo नहीं ले रहे?
It's not photo, just tell them it's live. It's live, so it's not.
चलो आगे.
Maybe. No, it doesn't sound like it. Oh, I'm sorry, little puppy. We get a little puppy darshan. Oh, sorry, guys. That's okay. The main thing, I mean, it's beautiful to see Thakurji, but this is actually not about the deities necessarily. It's actually about this sarovar, so we're okay. We're getting the darshan that we've come to actually have, and that's here, this beautiful Man Sarovar. Look at how sweet it is here. So we're going to end our evening here today by doing kirtan and speaking a little more about this most extraordinary and excellent place. So like I said, it's not like we're losing anything. I know we got to see Thakurjis in so many different places before, so we're lucky. Look, you could see how beautiful the sky is right here in Mansarovar. And I've made little friends. Hey, little friends. Radhe, Radhe. There's another one there. See, we get puppies. Okay. Kishori's going to offer on our behalf. Jai Ho! Jai Ho! Jai Ho! We got it.
Do you want to go into the
I was telling them we've come here for the Sarovar actually, not necessarily the mandir, so it's okay. We're all fine, right, Vaishnavas? We're okay. So, do you want to do a nice Radha Krishna Kirtan first?
Yes, Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari.
Yeah.
That's what I sang for Gurudev. He asked me to sing Jai Radha Madhava, and I sang it for him.
Oops, sorry, my thing is... Oops, okay.
Just keep that part straight up and down. Okay. I want to make sure not to go too far back.
Okay. So... Oh, here's my list of everybody. Look, I'm not going to read it out, but I am going to put it in the dust here. I wanted to do it at Bangshibat, but I couldn't. So just so you know, you see here, I've got all this list of names. Everybody's on it. So just so you know, I'm going to offer you all here on the paper, though. And here's our kirtan party. again.
Jai Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya 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 Gopi Janna Vallabha Jaya Giri
Should I just put this down?
Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Gopi Janna Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Yashodananda Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Yashodananda Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Jamuna Tiravanochari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Jamuna Tiravanochari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Jamuna Tiravana Chari Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari
Jaya Gopi Janna Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Giri Varadhari Jaya Giri Varadhari
Jaya Yashodananda Vraja Janaranjana
Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana
Jamuna Tiravanochari
Jamuna Tiravanachaari
Jamuna Tiravanochari
Jamuna Tiravanachaari
Hare Krishna Hare
So we'll do a long Mahamantra after. I just wanted to give you another beautiful darshan of Man Sarovar.
Radhe Radhe.
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas. Do you want to set it down?
Yeah, I can. It's okay.
Okay. He's just making it. I want them to be able to see the sarovar.
Okay, 1 second. They can see a lot of it.
Okay.
And you.
So this extraordinary place that we have come to is called Man Sarovar. So, Jnanitimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah.
Sorry, I'm just going to make it so that they can see more of the sarovar.
Yeah, it's better that you see the sarovar, not me. I will take this now. It's a little chilly. Slightly. Okay. So this place we have come is called Man Sarovar. This is the place of Srimati Radhika's Man. When Krishna was in Vrindavan, and he played on his flute on a full moon night, he began to call all of the gopis. Sometimes it is said he was just playing kling. He was playing, actually calling for Srimati Radhika. But at that time, all being expansions of Srimati Radhika, of all of her different moods, and so many gopis who had prayed for this opportunity, they all heard the calling. They heard their own names being called. And they began to run from their houses to satisfy Krishna. Srimati Radhika was also hearing her name being called. And by any how she was able to leave her home, and she ran to Vrindavan Bangshibat. Running to that place, Srimati Radhika arrived, and she saw so many gopis, 10 million gopis, all joking and playing with Krishna. And Krishna was sitting there looking at everyone, seeing all of their moods and all of their bhavs, their anubhavs, all of their emotions. Just by their clothing, by their decorations, by their eyes, he was reading everything, and he was joking with them. Sometimes it is said that at that time Srimati Radhika turned and walked away. And then at other times, depending on the kalpa, depending on what time is manifest at that time where they did their leelas, that sometimes there are slight changes. So once also, when Rasa, oh, we have visitors. We always have puppy visitors. I don't know how it is, but we always get sweet little visits.
Look, they're drinking her milk. She's coming to say hello.
So maybe that's auspicious. We'll say it's auspicious.
That happened in this kalpa.
So anyway, we hear that Ras Leela happened in Bangshibat. Krishna was desiring, I want to also fulfill the desires of all of these gopis. They had prayed for this for thousands of years. And also Srimati Radhika to meet with Krishna. All of these moods were going on in Krishna's heart. And as we know, Krishna wants to fulfill the desires of everyone. So Krishna expanded himself. Sometimes it is said that he was running in between all the gopis. Sometimes it is said that he expanded himself. As one gopi is there, he manifested in front of her. And each gopi was dancing with Krishna, thinking, only I am dancing with Krishna. And they were feeling so much pride. Srimati Radhika was also dancing with Krishna. And she was also thinking, I am alone dancing with Krishna. But unlike the other gopis who didn't see all of the millions of other Krishnas dancing, she only saw, she was dancing with Krishna and she looked around and Srimati Radhika saw that Krishna was dancing with everyone. And everyone was becoming very proud. Oh, I am the dearest of Krishna. I am the one that he wants to dance with out of all of these gopis. And Krishna himself was thinking, what will I do? All of them have this pride rising in their heart. And with this pride, there will be no Rasalila. So Krishna was thinking, I have to do something. He turned to look at Srimati Radhika. She was gone. She had already turned and left that place. After seeing that Krishna was putting everyone, he always would say, oh, Srimati Radhika, you are my dear most beloved. You are my everything. And she thought, but now, all the gopis are dancing equally with Krishna, and he is putting me with all of them. So she stormed off and she ran. When we went to visit Srila Gurudev's room in Rup Sanatan Gaudiya Math, there was one gully we walked down, one alleyway, and it was called Man Gully. That was the gully that she ran down out of anger, leaving Bangshibat. She ran, and she ran down this Man Gully. Running and running, she came to Jamuna, and somehow she crossed, and she came here to this place. Previously, there was no sarovar, no lake here. But she was sitting down here and she began to weep. Within her heart, she was thinking, I wanted so badly to meet with Krishna. I underwent so many different kinds of obstacle training. I would go out and I would tie my ankle bells and I would dress in a certain color and I would even try to go with my eyes closed so that I would know how to get in which place to meet him, even in the pitch black dark. On a full moon, she wears pure white, so it looks like she's a reflection of the moon. And on the dark night, she covers herself in a very dark sari so that she doesn't have any kind of reflection at all. So she was thinking, what have I done? I finally attained the pinnacle of everything. And now this anger has arisen in my heart. And all I want to do is serve him. One thing we should know, when Srimati Radhika is in Man, it is not like the jealous anger that we have in this world. Srimati Radhika performs her pastimes of Man for the pleasure of Krishna. Our acharyas have broken down the sequences of love and affection, and they have dived deep into every little nuance of these moods of Radha and Krishna. And they have understood that this kind of Man actually brings about a more intimate and a more controlling mood in Krishna. Not that he is controlling, but that he comes under the control of Srimati Radhika. When he comes under the control of Srimati Radhika, there is no more hesitation in her. There is no shyness. There is even her Vamya Bhav, her leftist mood, her kind of contrary mood. Although she becomes more and more the controller like this, her mood is one of having Krishna serve her. Oh, you should paint my feet. You should put any kind of nice design. And Krishna, with a shaky hand, will begin to write his own name in such a way that no one will recognize his name there. But he will be frightened. If I do it wrong, she may push me away. She may tell me to stop. So Krishna is shaking out of complete astonishment that he gets this seva, that he's holding her foot and writing his own name there. And at the same time, he's trembling in fear. She may have me leave. I can't do it like her manjaris, like her maidservants. If they see I'm doing it wrong, they may take it from me. So he's in fear. Gurudev said she may order him, you should plait my hair and you should put very beautiful decorations in it. And then she'll watch in the mirror and she'll say, no, not like that. And Krishna becomes shaky again. How will I do it? And he tries so very carefully to pacify her and to serve her. In any other mood, if she doesn't have Man first, then this pranaya will not be there. We previously discussed this at Manghar, how after Man is Pranaya. And Pranaya means that all kinds of, not shame, but hesitation. Srimati Radhika doesn't any longer think that I need to hold myself back. She completely forgets herself. And then they can actually do vilas. But when she is first coming in contact with Krishna, sometimes she thinks, who is this person? I've never seen such a beautiful person in my life. And Krishna will try to touch her or to stop her, and she'll run from him. Don't touch me. Who are you? You naughty one, you black one, stay away from me. And Krishna is looking at her going, but I was just with you. He doesn't understand. Our Gurudev was once saying that as Srimati Radhika was performing Man, as she was performing this mood to actually enhance Krishna's pleasure, she herself was thinking, why am I doing this? Why am I doing it? Even Lalita Saki tells her, don't give in. Don't give in to Krishna. And so she becomes stronger. I won't give in to him. But after some time, Lalita tells her, okay, enough. You should be merciful to this boy. He's now weeping and fainted in the dust. Give him your mercy. Relieve him. Relieve all of Vraj from this kind of catastrophe. Everyone is dying now because Krishna is feeling separation. Everyone thinks, what is happening? There is some kind of mood in the atmosphere. Krishna is fainted. What is happening? But even then, sometimes Srimati Radhika can't give in. And within her own heart, she's thinking, why can't I give in? She wants to. And even her heart is doing one thing, but her eyes and her body are doing another. You know, we went to Sevakunj, and in Gurudev's mat there, Rup Sanatan Gaudiya mat, we saw the Sevakunj paintings. And there you see Srimati Radhika. Krishna has laid his flute and his peacock feather at her feet. He is weeping. You see in that picture, he's begging her. And she's covering her face. She's weeping. But yet she has a smile on her face. She wants to give in. Her heart wants to go, but yet she can't follow her heart and her body. Her eyes are going opposite. So Gurudev said, even Srimati Radhika doesn't understand the own depth of her heart. She doesn't understand. She's asking, why am I not able to turn toward him? So Srimati Radhika came here and she began to weep in separation from Krishna, thinking, what have I done? I have overcome so many obstacles to come to this point to meet with him. And now I have left and I have ruined everything. So coming here, she began to lament. But very quickly, Krishna was able to find her. How? As she was running, so many of the creepers, they were trying to hold on to Srimati Radhika. And it was like they were pulling her back, pulling her hair back. Don't go, don't go. So Krishna was seeing the signs and the symptoms throughout all of the creepers. She was here, she was here. And then he found her and he came to this place. Coming here, he went to her feet and he began to beg her, oh, Radhe, please forgive me. I will never do such a thing again. But Srimati Radhika doesn't have this mood that she only wants to take Krishna for herself. She knew that everybody wanted to do Ras and that Krishna wanted to, and she also had that desire, but yet she couldn't look toward him. So what did Krishna do? His flute. He said, this is the culprit. I wasn't calling them, I was calling your name. She is Sarva Lakshmi Mai. She is the root of all Lakshmis. All are manifestations of her. He said, I was calling you. This flute, this is the one you should be angry at. I'm offering it at your feet. Srimati Radhika couldn't give in. He took his own peacock feather. That peacock feather is a sign of Parakiya Bhav. There is also the name of Srimati Radhika there, but there is a nail mark there. There are so many different markings in a peacock feather that are showing, that Krishna is showing by wearing it, that I have conquered all of the gopis of Braj. There are so many different moods of significance as to why Krishna is wearing this. So Krishna says, now I'm taking it off. All of that is yours. I'm offering it at your feet. And then this mood entered his heart. Smara garula kandanam mama shira shimandanam dehi padapalavam udaram. Krishna is saying, I'm begging you. I am begging you, please. Give me your lotus feet. This separation is killing me. And the only thing that will relieve me is that beautiful dust of your lotus feet. So he's weeping and praying. After some time, Krishna was able to pacify Srimati Radhika. And we know that he brought her to Sringarvat. And going there, he began to fix and decorate her hair. And the gopis began to search for Krishna and Srimati Radhika. We hear this verse, Anaya radhito nunyam bhagavan hari ishvara yanno vihaya govinda prito yam anayadraha. I'm not good at shlokas. But there, Srila Gurudev is saying that Srimati Radhika's Sakhis, everybody was there. And they were all seeing these footprints. They were watching and they're looking, look, this person, this Devi, this Ramani, she is the one who has served Krishna the most to the highest extent. Why? Because he has taken her alone to some solitary place and they have gone off together. So seeing that footprint, first they see that Krishna's footprints were with hers and they went on their tippy toes and they looked up and they saw that he was picking flowers from that area. Oh, he must have been going to decorate her hair. And they were glorifying this gopi. Gurudev said that those who are Srimati Radhika's Sakhis, they immediately upon seeing those footprints, they knew whose they were. They know Srimati Radhika's footprints. So in their heart they became so happy and so much pride entered them. He is with our Radhika. All Manjaris are saying, oh, he is with our Swamini ji. He is with her. So they were not the ones that spoke this verse. Gurudev said, Chandravali and her Sakhis, Padma Shai, but they also saw. They weren't the ones who quoted this verse. Why? They also know Srimati Radhika's footprints. So they were feeling somewhat shocked and almost in
utter disbelief.
He left us for her. He left us for our rival. So they didn't utter this verse. And those gopis who were Tatashta, they don't know Srimati Radhika's footprints. They didn't recognize them. So they didn't know what to do. They're just looking and thinking, who was that? And those gopis who were Suhrit, who are actually very favorable to Srimati Radhika, but they're
not in her svapaksha.
They're not in her group, but they're very favorable. They are the ones that spoke this verse because they knew whose footprints it were. So Srimati Radhika and Krishna were alone in Sringarvat. And we know that after some time, Krishna heard the gopis coming and they thought we should leave. Srimati Radhika didn't want to go. She didn't want to leave all of her friends. And Krishna also had a mood in his heart. If I alone take Srimati Radhika, everybody will be jealous of her and they will be upset. What can I do? So at the same time, both of these moods entered their heart and Srimati Radhika said, you should carry me. And at that time, when she was about to climb on his shoulder, Krishna disappeared and Srimati Radhika began to lament. And then all of the gopis were doing kirtan together. And then Ras Leela.
Jayati te nikam janmana braja shrayata indira shashvaratrahi daita drishyata dikshutavaka tvaidata shava That was their crying out Gopi Geet in affection and separation from Krishna.
I think it's in Going Beyond Vaikuntha, I think, where Srila Gurudev is saying that at the time when the gopis were searching for Krishna, what did they do? They began to do kirtan. And that kirtan was so attractive that Krishna had to manifest there. he wore his pitambar in a very shameful way around his neck, and he began to lament, "Oh, I have done wrong, I have done wrong." And he came in front of the gopis and he tried to pacify them. Krishna began to realize that there was no way he could ever repay them. Why? Our Gurudev explained, we told it at Bandirvan, Krishna has different relationships with everyone. Like with his mother, if she becomes angry at him, Krishna's not really afraid. He can actually manipulate the situation. Oh, if you're not going to believe me, then I'm leaving. And Mother Yashoda forgets everything. No, don't leave, don't leave. They're all lying, you're not a thief. And Krishna will say, no, I'm a thief. No, no, you're not a thief, you're not a thief. Don't leave, don't leave. So we know that Krishna has no fear. With his sakhas, he also has another mood. It's all play. It's only playing. They're having so much fun and they're blissful. They don't have these types of dealings with each other. They go home to their mothers, they go and they eat, and then all they're thinking about is in the morning, I have to meet with Krishna. It is said that 1 second away from Krishna is practically killing them. So they wake up really early in the morning and Krishna wakes up and he's thinking, Mother, hurry, hurry, my sakhas, what will they do without me? But the gopis have no relationship with Krishna within society. So Krishna can't have any kind of upper hand with them. In Dwarka, Srila Gurudev explained that when Satyabhama showed man, because she shows some jealousy there, some anger there, she is a manifestation of Srimati Radhika. So she shows some anger. One time Krishna was speaking about the glories of the gopis and Satyabhama became angry, jealous. She didn't want to hear it. And Krishna ordered her to come into the assembly. And when she came there, she kind of hid by a pillar. She was so ashamed and shy. And Krishna said, the only reason I have married all of you is because you remind me of the gopis. If you don't listen, if you don't want to hear, then I will send you home to your father. Wow. So Krishna was like this, and they were all having to listen. They had to take it. Krishna would cry out the names of the gopis in his sleep, and he would be weeping tears in separation. They couldn't say, hey, what are you thinking? What are you doing? I'm your wife. They couldn't have that with Krishna. They were the servants of Krishna. This is the general husband and wife situation.
In Vedic Dharma.
In Vedic Dharma, the wife is serving the husband under all kinds of situations. We're not going to get into the politics of that in Kali Yuga, but at that time, this is the Dharma, this is the way, and still there is a semblance of it left, something, a little. Slowly, quickly, it's being eradicated. But with the gopis, Krishna hasn't got, Gurudev said, did he give them any clothes? Did he give them any soap? Does he maintain them? No. So Krishna's thinking, you've given up everything for me. You've done everything. You've given up your chastity, which is your ornament, your beauty. You've given up the society that you live in. You've what is the word? You've crossed all dharma in this world and have given everything to me. How can I repay you? How can I repay you? It is quite impossible. I think it's important that he comes here, not there. So, do you want to do some kirtan? Do you want to speak a few words? Do you want to speak a few words?
I don't think you'll be able to see me. It's very dark. It's like that. Very interesting.
Actually, I wanted to just finish one more thing. Can you?
Mm-hmm.
But don't get. One thing, I just gonna move over here because Srila Gurudev was saying that he was repeating a conversation between Srimati Radhika and her Sakhis and Chandravali and her Sakhis. And Srimati Chandravali, she's saying, oh, doesn't Srimati Radhika know? She doesn't know how to serve Krishna. She's always performing man. And when Krishna is coming after her and even bowing at her feet, she doesn't give in. She doesn't know how to serve Krishna. And Srimati Radhika is telling Lalita and Vishaka, oh, Chandravali will never be able to control Krishna. I don't even want to hear the name of Chandravali because she doesn't know how to do man. She doesn't know how to truly please Krishna. She might show a little bit of jealousy, but she's very, very easy. It is called Grita Sneha. It means that her man is like ghee. It's very soft and very smooth.
Her mood?
Her mood is like this. Her man is like this. That she is like ghee. Srimati Radhika says there's no sweetness in it. Our acharyas say that Srimati Radhika is called Madhu Sneha. And that means that Srimati Radhika is like honey. It's soft and it's smooth, but it's so, so sweet.
Wow.
So Srimati Radhika has that sweetness within that man that fully attracts Krishna. So both were speaking of each other and saying, I never want to hear the name of the other because they don't know how to properly serve Krishna. So Srila Gurudev was also explaining that even Srimati Radhika doesn't understand the intricacies of her own heart. She doesn't know. But Gurudev said, the Manjaris know. They know that when Srimati Radhika can't give in to Krishna, but her heart is saying, I want to, they will make any arrangement so that Radhika and Krishna can meet. They will know to let him into the kunja. Gurudev said Krishna himself will bow at the feet of her maidservants begging for an entrance. But if they know that Srimati Radhika doesn't want to see him, then they won't allow it. And the example is always given that one time Sri Krishna was weeping in separation from Srimati Radhika, and Rupa Manjari made any arrangement to bring Srimati Radhika to Krishna. But at that time, she kept Srimati Radhika hidden, and she said, wait 1 minute. She wanted to make sure that Krishna was in the mood of being completely controlled. It means Srimati Radhika was previously in man. She was angry, and now Krishna is dying to meet with her. So Rupa Manjari goes in front of Krishna and says, today there was no way that Srimati Radhika could come out. There's no way. But I know that Chandravali is very close. She's in a kunja nearby and everything is made for you to meet with her. You should go there today instead. And Krishna began to look at her hopelessly. If I can't meet with her, I don't want to see the face of anyone. I don't want anything. Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj also explains this, and that Krishna began to weep. And when Krishna began to weep in the dust and separation, then and only then did Rupa Manjari say, oh, I was only joking. Just now she is here. Let me go and get her. And then, as soon as she understood that Krishna was completely under the control of Srimati Radhika, then she brought Srimati Radhika there. So these moods, Gurudev said, when we come to Mansarovar, how do we pray? He said, we pray that we can one day be like these maidservants of Srimati Radhika. When she is happy, we will also be happy. When she is angry, we will also be angry. When she is hopeful, when she is happy, these moods will also be in our heart. But even more so, we will be able to serve the divine couple in even ways that they don't know how. Why? Because Srimati Radhika is only understanding her experience of how to serve Krishna. And Krishna is only experiencing what it is like to taste that love and affection. We know that Krishna came in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, imbued with the moods and beauty of Srimati Radhika, so that he could try to understand her moods, to get some glimpse. Not fully he couldn't do, but something. But the Manjaris, they understand the love between Radha and Madhava. They understand how to serve that love because they are in love with love itself. There is nothing selfish in their mood of seva. It is everything to give and nothing to take. But automatically, by giving themselves completely and fully to the feet of their Swaminiji, automatically every mood in her heart is mirrored in theirs, and they understand how to fully serve the divine couple. So Gurudev said, we come here and we pray for this mood. And first and foremost, we pray for that mood. How? Hey Gurudev, please give me Guru Nishta. Please give me this mood of intimate service to you. How can I serve you? You are my everything. So this is how we... Oh, Hare Krishna. Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna. Everything is first and foremost. Thakurji sent their garlands to us. I think maybe because you weren't able to have their darshan, they sent their garlands. So this is for all of you. Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
So Gurudev, this is where we need to keep our feet flat on the ground. It means, where am I now? Do I have this kind of faith, Shraddha, that is a particle, a ray of prema, or is my faith very, very topsy-turvy? If some kind of shocking thing happens in my life, do I give up my sadhana? Do I give up my determination, my seva? Do I give everything up and start praying for my wealth and my health and all my material situations? Do I have even the kind of faith that is like the preliminary faith in bhakti, which means that I have faith that by serving Krishna and by surrendering to Guru, that automatically Krishna will take care of all subsidiary necessities. I don't have to make any external endeavor. If on the order of Gurudev we can do this kind of thing, then we can see practically how Guru and Krishna maintain everything. Even that doesn't have to be true faith. It could just be, I have faith that you have faith, Gurudev, so I'm going to follow. So now we're praying for this kind of faith, that I really want this mood of my heart to shine out, that I can serve Radha and Krishna. But first and foremost, how can I serve my Gurudev? How can I be near and dear to my Gurudev, that I could also know his Manobishta Seva, that I can serve him so intimately, like those manjaris are serving Srimati Radhika. It means Gurudev doesn't have to tell me every 5 minutes what he needs. Automatically I will know there is service to be done. Kinkari means what to do, what to do. I must do seva. So this is the mood that we cultivate here and now at the feet of our Gurudev. Oh, this wall is dirty and this is the temple of my Lord. I should go and I should wash it. Oh, over here, I see that the floor needs to be cleaned and Thakur Seva is going on. Then I'm serving it. Oh, Gurudev needs this. All of these things are so important for us. If we see that seva is necessary to be done, and we don't do it, we should understand that it means I don't have the adhikar. It doesn't mean that, oh, I don't want to do it. Actually, we don't have the qualification to do it. Qualification means that we've been given mercy. We've been given inspiration. That does not come from the material plane. It comes from either Chaitya Guru in the heart or outside. Stepping out is Sri Gurudev. They give us that inspiration to serve, to do sadhana, to do bhakti sadhana. So with that mood, we should understand that if we see seva needs to be done and we don't want to do it, we should have this mood in our heart. What is wrong with me? What is moving in my heart? All of these obstacles in this bog that is there weighing me down. Why don't I want to serve? What kind of accumulations of impiety have I pushed into my mind and my heart that I can't move on the path of bhakti? So in places like this, Mansarovar, we can pray, may I have the adhikar to begin service to my Srila Gurudev and my Guru Varg. May I learn what is the nature of my Atma and how to begin that kind of progression towards that eternal nature. That is called sadhana. If we are not doing the things in bhakti, like today is Ekadashi for us, if we're not fasting for bhav and prem, for that ultimate goal, then what we are doing is not considered sadhana. So we always must know the goal. What is our goal? What is our aspiration? But keep our feet firmly planted. Gurudev said, taking our pulse like an Ayurvedic doctor, understanding that I am sick. I am not a gopi. I am not a Brajabasi. I am not even an animal here. I don't even belong. I'm a trespasser. But yet, Sri Gurudev has given me mercy. And from where I am right now, I'm taking baby steps because my goal is Radha Krishna Yugala Milan, to serve them eternally. This is my goal, my aspiration. And how do I attain that goal? By doing sadhana for the pleasure of Guru, for the pleasure of Krishna. When we are chanting the holy names, this is also service to Yugal Milan, but we don't know it yet. Now we're just saying words like the alphabet, but actually, if that name is non-different from Radha and Krishna, that name will give us seva adhikar, if that is our goal. So we must always be intent. Where am I going? What am I doing this for? And how will I attain it? And always, very firmly, our feet on the ground, knowing where we are, taking our pulse. I'm so sick, but yet my goal is to be healthy. Means I'm fallen. And that's not an astonishing thing. I have been fallen since time immemorial, so it's okay. But I'm not willing to stay in that fallen state forevermore. I've had the mercy of Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gaur Govinda Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Bhaibhav Puri Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, and all of that beauty, Srila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Maharaj, coming down our lineage in one focal point, and that is in the message of our Guru and our Guru Varg. We have everything to attain that goal. We just don't have the greed. And these places, our Gurudev said, where the gopis were running to please Krishna, to serve Krishna, these kinds of places can engender greed within our own hearts. They can awaken that mood. It's why we come here. There is a semblance of that here, like a homeopathic remedy, and it can cure this sickness of our heart that has been plaguing us since time immemorial. So, do you want to say anything before we do a kirtan? I wanted to do a little arti here.
Sudevi was just speaking about how we should be with Gurudev. And as she was speaking that, I saw something which impressed on me very sweetly. And Srila Gurudev would quote Bhaktivedānta Thakur in this bhajan, Sarvasva Tomar Charane Sampiya Porechi Tomar Ghare, that we should have a mood like a dog taking shelter of his master. So this little puppy found Anup Prabhu, and he's just had his head on Anup's lap, and he just cuddled up next to him, and he's taking shelter. So Bhaktivedānta Thakur says we can learn so much from a dog, how they have taken shelter of their master, and they feel we have no other shelter, nothing else, only the feet of our master. So he's very little, but still he understands this mood, that you are my master and I am just like your dog. So please be merciful to me. I have no other shelter than you.
Be merciful to me, 'cause you are all I know. Okay. So David, do you want to offer this, and then we'll put some incense also? Oh, I didn't finish. How did this become a sarovar?
I was wondering if you told that, because you were speaking
How did it become
before.
a lake?
When we were in the temple, you were still speaking, so I didn't know.
Well, also I was, he had to feed the fish here because it's really important to do it here. So Gurudev, sometimes people, devotees, say that this is the lake where Srimati Radhika was weeping, and from that weeping it became a lake. But Srila Gurudev said actually this is the place where both Radha and Krishna began to weep. While he was breaking her man, he was weeping, and she was also weeping. And their tears created this sarovar, both of them. So this is the tears of Srimati Radhika and Krishna.
It's like Prem Sarovar.
Yes.
It is a Prem Sarovar.
I think L.V. Gopi wrote that earlier, like Prem Sarovar, something like that. But I thought we can't come to the tears of Radha and Krishna without offering some arti here and doing some Mahamantra.
We will sing Jai Jai Radha Krishna Jugala Milan.
Okay. I don't have a bell. I have cartels here.
Oh, cartels work for bells?
But, what's that? Oh. Here. Do
There's
you
the
want to
other.
do some?
You gonna play them or both of you? Okay. I'll film it and you can offer. Jaya Jaya Radha Krishna Jugala Milan.
Radha Krishna Yugal Milan.
Arati Koro Lalita Sakhi Gan. O Madana Mohana Rupa Tribhanga Sundar. Pitambar Shiki Pucha Chuddha Manohar. Lalita Madhava Vame Vrishabhanu Kanya. Shunila Vashana Gori Rupe Gune Dhanya. O Nana Vidhaya Lankar Kore Jhalama. Hari Mano Vimohana Vadana Ujjhal. O Vishakhadi Sakhi Gon Nana Rage Gaye. Priya Narma Sakhi Jata Chamar Dulai. O Shri Radha Madhava Pada Sarasi Jayashe. Bhakti Vinoda Sakhi Pade Sukhe Bhashe. Jai Jai Radhe Radhe Radha Govinda Jai Jai. O Bolo Radhe Radhe Govinda Jai Jai. Radha Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai. O Govinda Jai Jai Gopala Jai Jai. Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. O Bolo Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai. O Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram
So we can have a light.
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare. I offered you all
Hare
here.
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Hare. Do a nice long Hare. Oh, I thought you needed more. So first we'll do Radha Krishna Pranamur, and then we will
Hare Krishna.
do some Maha Mantra. Okay. Oh, it's, yeah. I wanted to put it up a little bit. it will get ghee on there. Is that okay?
You can put it up on top of this. I don't know if it'll balance well.
Okay, that seems
As long
stable.
as there's no wind.
Okay. Just sit over here so I can...
Just be careful behind you with the incense
Yeah.
and the slope.
Yeah. We're right on the edge. You can't really see, but the water is just there.
Really, you want that there? You won't be able to see them.
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You can see them perfect.
Radha Krishna Prano Mora Jugala Kishora Jivane Marane Aranahi Mora
Radha Krishna Prana Mora Yugala Kishora Jivane Marane Gati Aranahi Mora
Kalindira Kule Keni Kadambera Mana Ratana Vedira Rupa Oshamuja
Kalindira Kule Keli Kadambera Vana Ratana Vedira Upa Osabodujana.
Shyama Gauri
Very simple.
Chandanera Gandha Chamaragdamodare Teri Mukha Chandra
Sham Gurmiyam Divachya Chandanera Gandha Devo dohai kale adhare tu deva kapurata Lalita Vishakha Jata Sakhi Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Dase Anudasa Seva Radha Krishna Pran Mora Jugal Kishora Jivane Marane
Okay. So, if you play,
Huh?
you want to play the drum? Continue.
For the slow part and then for the fast part. Is that okay?
So many parikrama wale are coming. Even now, it's so dark out.
But they're doing.
They're coming and doing parikrama. Take it.
Here.
Just be careful not to touch it. It's a very unstable surface.
Of an unstable master.
Oh, somebody brings something. Chowdhury.
You just reminded me of it. Today is also Ekadashi, the Madhav Titi Ekadashi ki
Jai.
Jai.
Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Is it?
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Can I have this?
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare
Give him the drum.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, I'm just 1 second. Thank you. Hare Rama.
Hare Rama.
I just have to check the battery.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
There we go.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Yo.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Yo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Dharbar Nandani Shrimati Radharani ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Jai Gaura Bhakta
आरती हो गई महाराज।
हाँ आ रहे हैं।
दर्शन बंद हो जाएंगे।
हाँ जी हाँ जी।
या कैमरा अंदर नहीं है
नहीं
प्रॉब्लम ठीक है Do you want us to finish or do you want more kirtan?
Tell us what to do, dear Vaishnavas. Should we finish?
बिल्कुल
कीर्तन सुन के सो
kirtan kurum to sleep Śrī Dāmodara Madhave.
What did they say?
Nothing yet?
Maybe at the bottom you have to scroll
She
up.
has been. She scrolled up.
Just wait a minute, maybe.
somebody wake up.
So
Is
until we,
anyone awake?
Kirtan. Somebody said Kirtan.
okay. So until okay, we
Shuddha
received
Bhakti-
kirtan.
Is that Devaki?
It's Tachana Yong.
Just one more.
Tachana Yong.
Just I want to give one friendly reminder that these pastimes of Radha and Krishna are nothing to do with this material world. What Sudevi was speaking about is completely pure, completely transcendental. It has nothing to do with this world. This material world is simply a perverted reflection of that transcendental realm and those transcendental pastimes. But they are completely beyond the modes of material nature, beyond the mode of goodness, beyond pure goodness. They are divyam, divine and transcendental. So when we see or hear about these kinds of pastimes, how Srimati Radhika is in Man, how she's controlling Krishna with her love and affection, this is not something for us to imitate or copy. Only for us as sadhaks, we can admire their pastimes and repeat those pastimes. And by meditating on the pastimes of Krishna instead of our own pastimes, then this can free us from the bondage of this material world. So our Gurudev and Guru Varga, all of our Shastras tell us about the pastimes of Krishna to give us that transcendental thing to think about, which is the remedy. It is the remedy, the real medicine for the disease of lust in our hearts. So hearing about this separation mood of the gopis for Krishna, Vikriditam Vrajabidu Viridam cha Vishnu, this is that remedy. And so we should not mistake that it is anything of this material world. Some people think, oh, you're just making God out to be in man's image, so to speak. No, it's the other way around. Exactly. That we are created in the image of God, but we should not think that we are God. We are part and parcel of the Lord, and we are made and meant to serve Him and His eternal pastimes. So this kind of qualification is necessary. All of our Guru Varga have very strongly told us that we should be careful not to superimpose our mundane ideas onto the transcendental, or to superimpose that transcendental onto our mundane ideas. The pure love and affection of the Brajabasis, especially the Brajagopis, this is known as Prem. And our love and affection in this material world, this is something else. This is also known as Kam, but it is mundane Kam, otherwise known as lust. And only by taking shelter of transcendental Kam, that is our last mantra in our Diksha mantras. As Sudevi previously said, and someone very aptly requoted it, those maidservants of Srimati Radhika, they are in love with Radha and Krishna's love. So they're serving that love and affection. Jai Jai Radha Krishna Jugala Milan. Always serving that love and that affection. So we should understand that there is no tinge of materialness, no tinge of mundane inebrities in any of their activities. Their activities are completely divine, transcendental, and pure. Go on, hey.
Someone says Anure.
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 Next we require Triptosmi. This garland is making me a little cold. I'm going to cover my head. Okay.
Nice and warm.
Huh?
You look nice and warm.
Yes.
Okay, we'll do. This is probably gonna go out. So.
She's looking her baby,
Oh.
missing baby.
Oh, your baby is here. You want to give the baby back? She might be concerned.
आजा, ये रहा, जा, मम्मी बुला रही.
Baby pup fell completely asleep. There
Oh,
is.
nice.
Your mama's there.
जा, चलो मम्मी के पास.
इधर
उधर.
से.
चलो चलो
The
चलो.
light is gonna go out unless I put it down.
It's okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, I'm just moving this a little bit here. Radhe Radhe. Chalo.
चलो चलो चलो.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Ram. It's Mansarovar.
Hare
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe
Radhe,
Radhe.
Radhe,
Hare
Radhe,
Krishna.
Radhe.
Radhe Radhe.
So,
Does somebody have a question?
No.
Oh, I'll do it.
careful, you're putting your chadar in the fire.
Oh,
Just unplug the thing so that.
no. Sorry, guys. One sec.
Oh.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Shyam.
Somebody came over for a photo op. It just, it kind of.
Radhe Shyam Prabhu.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, so dear Vaishnavas, Kishori has a message.
Yes. Thank you so much for being with us today and giving us the opportunity to go to all of these beautiful places and remember the beautiful teachings of our Gurudev and our Guru Varga, and especially for engaging us in our Guru Seva on a daily basis. We are thoroughly indebted to each and every one of you. That is our life and soul. So we cannot express the depth of our appreciation for all that you are giving to us, all of the opportunities you're giving to us.
And thank you for bringing us to Bandirvan in Bangshibat and Mansarovar. And in a couple days, we'll go to another beautiful location.
So we look forward to being with all of you tomorrow. Tomorrow we will continue at our normal time of 5 o'clock in the evening with Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam.
Yeah.
With Śrī Dāmodarāṣṭakam. Ajñānatimirānasya.
Yes, yes.
And we look forward to being with all of you then. So,
Dandavat Pranam, dear Vaishnavas. Thank you so much. Radhe Radhe. And the cow people.
Pure cow seva ki
Jai.
jai.
Wait.
Can you even get his face in there?
There he
you go.
is.
Anup
There he
Krishna
is.
Prabhu ki jai.
Okay.
Sudevi Didi ki jai.
Thank you so much, dear Vaishnavas.
Radhe Radhe.
Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Hari Bol.